Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena and this week's broadcast of Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. We welcome to the arena again, and tonight we will see if anyone can challenge the Surge and Infernos as the top teams in our Spring Valorant Rumbles. So we kick off Week 5. The Surge and Infernos have met in the last two Grand Finals. Can anyone stop them before they get to a third straight meeting in the Grand Finals? Well, I'm your host, Jem. I'm joined by Vagar, call the action for you. And it really is true. The Surge and Infernos, they've been the ones that have really dictated the whole tournament in the past few Rumbles. Over the past 4 weeks, for basically a month, it's just been talk about them.
Yeah, they've just been such a dominant factor, and it's interesting to see these other teams coming out here and seeing what they can show and how close they can get to that and see who can challenge them, you know.
The Infernos have yet to miss a Grand Finals in the spring season. Do you think they're going to win another title tonight?
From what we've seen, like, they're in a pretty good position, too. They just keep getting better, and all these teams, like, everyone's improving, but they've just always been, like, at the top. So I think the odds are pretty good.
Well, we could have a potential spoiler for the Infernos' ambitions because the Lumberjacks are a new team, but it is full of longtime Esports Tower players and should not be underestimated. So maybe bringing together a dream team, if you will, to thwart the Surge or Infernos, but the Lumberjacks are going to be starting off against the Blizzards first, then they're going to go up against the Surge, who has a bye, and meanwhile in the other semifinals, the Droughts will take on the Infernos. So should be pretty fun, but before we get to all of the games, we want to bring you Doc's keys to the game as presented by Esports Tower. And in Valorant, that's to flank effectively, spend and peek wisely, diminish their econ and loot, and don't whiff. Everyone's watching you. No pressure. Brought to you by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. As we're ready for our first game, we're going to go to Blizzard's versus Lumberjacks on Ascent, which is a very classic Valorant map. Played it so many times, watched it so many times. Where does it rank for you on your personal preferences?
I mean, like you said, like, everyone plays this map. It's the vanilla ice cream of maps. It's
sure.
Like, you know, it's always reliable. It's not a bad map, but it sometimes gets a little boring.
I suppose, but we'll have to see if the theme of this week is complacency, just playing Ascent and watching the two teams we expect to get to the finals get there, or will we see any surprises? Well, let's start off Week 5 in our lone quarterfinal match between the Blizzards and Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks are a new Esports Tower team, but like I said, full of experienced players, so the Blizzards cannot overlook them. Of course, the Blizzards being another team that isn't considered to be up there with the Surge and Infernos, but they could give us a very surprise performance. So we're going to see how it works out as we take a look here over Ascent. And as we're looking over main, that area dictates so much of how it's played, especially once an op is gotten.
Oh, yeah. Like, a round can be decided within the first 10 seconds if someone makes a poor peek or someone gets a nice shot, and then it's just like, wow, it's a 4v5 here.
We're getting ready to head into the first game. It's Blizzards versus the new Lumberjacks. Who will get the first win of the night here? We're just about to find out as we head into the draft stage. Now, of course, everyone's talking about the new agent is Fade, but that is not going to be played for this particular Rumble. There just is kind of usually a period of a few weeks after an agent is released for teams to get used to them before they actually start using that character. So Fade not available here, but instead we're actually going to see some of that long range we were talking about, both of them choosing a Killjoy, and defenders, are you going to go even more on the defense by throwing in Chamber as well?
Yeah, interesting to see the Rays being thrown out here on the left side here, because normally you see a Jet, and they're opting to go against that. The Showstopper, her ultimate, it can be really good for these initiations on, especially A site. I've seen a lot of success by that, and it's just interesting what kind of mindset they have to bring the Rays instead of the Jet, like what play styles they're playing.
It just kind of shows how dominant Jet is, and because everyone just wants to use that op with the get out of jail free card, the dash away. But there are other agents that do well in certain locations. You know, Raze is good at clearing out the corners, especially here on Fish Market, can get your team onto the point, like you were saying, initiating on A. So we're looking forward to a good match here as everyone gets set up. Rezkin on the Lumberjacks is going to be setting up the standard places for turrets and alarms.
Another thing I want to kind of point out with Blizzard is they actually have a double duelist here. Got the Reyna and the Jet.
Which is very common in my experience, just solo queuing.
That's like triple duelist, quad duelist.
You know, if everyone else chooses quad duelist, I'm going quintuple duelist, just because I'm like, you signed up for this.
Yeah.
All right, now, Blizzard certainly didn't sign up for that initial peak, so they're going to even it out. Now we're 4-4. So it looks like the Blizzards are trying to eke out A here, just trying to poke through while Reyna, who's actually Brim here, is just taking a few peeks down mid.
When your team runs a Reyna and you're not playing the Reyna,
I know, it gets confusing. I know they're trying to confuse us. Certainly confused Sunny there, taking him out. And the Blizzards now up 4-3. They're going to use that advantage to move on to the point. Take out Coaxel. Now they're going to get their plan and just two from the Lumberjacks left.
Yep, you see the Killjoy rotating back over. Good smokes here on the side of the Blizzards, making sure no one's pushing that without running face first into danger. Reyna here on the Brim, just holding this angle. If they get this pick, ooh, Killjoy actually gets it. This could be still a winnable situation.
Trying to click heads there, but has to teleport away. Gonna put the turret down, trying to initiate on the port. That's a great pick from Mayo, the headshot. It's now 2v2, now 1v2. Rezkin, though, is playing their heart out. Can they get it? Gonna bait out with the defuse, but get double peeked on, and that does it for the Blizzards, taking the first round.
Yeah, that was a lot closer round than I felt it should have been at that point. A really nice pick by the Killjoy onto Brimstone. And then when they were breaking the door, the Jet looked over at the door right as Chamber peeked, and they got that second pick onto Vengeance. There we go. But they just weren't able to get it. They did not have time on their side.
Blizzards are going to use that slight econ advantage to go all Spectres here and big shields, whereas Lumberjacks are just full saving. Going to have to rely on the Thrifty here.
Looks like a full charge by the Lumberjacks here.
I mean, it pays off. There's absolutely no one on A. The Lumberjacks just left that completely open. Okay, sure, we'll just take it all. Hop on top of Generator. Okay, I like it.
Now they know.
Spike planted.
Looks like Sunny's going down here. Mail with the Headhunter. Let's see if they can get some value out of that.
And the lineups has got the Molly lineups ready for that spike.
I'm curious if they got the Brim Molly as well. Double Molly lineups.
We have seen double Mollies be able to just completely stop any sort of defuse from the spike. So maybe it'll happen today, trying to peek through, taking out the turret. Reyna is hiding back there in the archway. Even farther back is that KJ with the lineups, but Vengeance and Secrets are going to do the work, taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, and a flawless for the Blizzards.
Yeah, unfortunately they went for the 50-50 stacking a site, and it just didn't pay off.
Yeah, the coin flip didn't work for them.
Yeah, which, yeah, pistol round's not very favored for the team that lost the first round, so it's a valiant effort.
Another thing about the pistol round is that you can't necessarily make it predictive of the whole game. Lots of games where one team wins the first 2 rounds, and then once everyone gets their normal guns, it completely changes around.
Yeah.
So wouldn't count the Lumberjacks out.
Yeah, this will be a big round, though. If the Blizzards win this bonus, that could be catastrophic.
Secrets is going to lead the way here. Probably flash right out, is going to get smoked right in his face, as Mail might just try not going to spray through that smoke there. It would actually be a pretty good right now. Oh no, they're off to the side. Mail just still waiting, trying to hear some sort of audio cue. Still no spray. There goes Ganyu. Just a little bit of a head peek in, and everyone's just kind of waiting for the other to flinch.
Yeah, a very, very good patience on the side of the Blizzards, just kind of chilling, just letting these smokes run themselves out, and waiting until they have the setup they want.
Now they go charging in. Coaxel's going to get the first pick, but immediately gets traded. Now Mail picking up 1 and 2. Ganyu gets him, and so it's slightly in favor of the Lumberjacks, a 3-2. They might be able to stop this spike plant. It is going to go down right at the far end of the generator, trying to break the door down as Reskin goes in for the flank.
Yeah, it looks like the Arena actually did pick up one of the fans.
1 enemy remains.
Goes down.
Nice. But now Ganyu hanging
Gets
out
one.
below Kevin right now.
Gets 2.
That's 4, actually. The clutch.
Oh, my goodness. Just line them up and knock them down there.
Yeah, that's just very unfortunate. Especially once you get down to 2 players, you know, you probably should, you know, if you can, just take 1 second to say, okay, let's double peek now, and then, because if you peek just 1 at a time, then if they're good enough, they'll line it up.
And I mean, like, I get it. Sometimes you're like, okay, there's 3 of us left. I'm just going in, and then all of a sudden, like, 1 goes down, and you're like, okay, maybe we should.
Talking about just going in, thanks to that performance, the Killjoy is now online for the Blizzards, so they might use that to just clear out B here.
To get the intel, they know that this is a B push.
Whoa! Look out to the left.
Spike down.
Hit him. And gets 4.
Standing.
Oh, hit him. Can you get the ace? That would be great. He's going to try to peek out. Has to face a Vandal for it, though. But will we see the first ace of the night from Hidam?
Axel just hanging out back, making sure they don't leave.
This is the problem, because Hidam, the spike is down right in the archway, and Hidam,
no.
Nice. Ace gonna be denied, but Tour de Force gonna try to get some vengeance. Has to get out of the way of the molly. Hidam's making a valiant effort for it. Has the spike, and is gonna go the full way around through the opponent's spawn here towards A.
They must have had some info on where Brim was, because they were so confident in pushing back here. Are they going to
get away from him to be
the headhunter?
Just unable to. Spike's just here. 1 tap head hunter.
Wow, this has been a crazy game so far. We've had 2 4Ks in 4 rounds, I believe. Look at this.
Yeah, this was insane.
It's like, okay, they got a Spectre. They might get 1.
Right.
And then they get 2. And then they get 3. And then they get the 4th.
Well, it was just so many seconds there. It's like someone needed to look left to please, at least get someone to say, hey, please look left here, because it's not like that's the most common place where everyone hides out. But
it's very much just a one-and-done angle. They're like, okay, I'm going to surprise one of them, get them, and die.
Uh-oh, looking for a knife fight here in mid as Sunny takes out the Vengeance, takes out the knife, sees Sunny on the other side of the arena, whereas Ganyu is thinking about placing the Killjoy right here next to A. Do a good job clearing out the point. Ganyu also just taking a look for any aggressive peeks from Lumberjacks. Sunny probably knows there's someone there, and indeed Reyna is, but is being very patient. Now he wants to peek out.
Yeah, 1 minute left, and I don't think anyone's seen each other yet beyond like a glimpse.
Oh, that's a...
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
I know we could kind of see the outlines, but I feel like that's an angle you never want to turn your back to.
No. Let me just casually walk across here. I'm sure no one will notice. But it is going to heal up thanks to that Sky. Male.
Spike
Pick
down
on
A.
Secrets.
Taking down the Reyna.
30 seconds
I
left.
get it. I get it.
One
Your nerves
enemy
are high.
remaining.
Sometimes you just hit your own teammate.
It's like, and I believe they know where the last one is.
This is good rally from the Lumberjacks, getting the ulti advantage. Oh, I was going to say getting the ulti advantage, then I saw Blizzards, and that's quite a different story.
They just need the jet knives again, and then they'll have the all 5. That pick was very nice. Stop the Reyna from her reign of terror. Getting those resets. And then, was this a trade here? Yes. Okay, yeah, this Killjoy Ganyu is
Still hasn't used their Killjoy, by the way.
I feel like they almost haven't ever been in a position where they can use it without like. Here goes the Reyna ult.
Okay, they're going to use it with the Empress here. They planted it right on B where 3 members of Lumberjacks are. They're going to have to try to get out there.
Oh,
Spike
wow.
down.
I thought Vibes there was going to be able to pick some up, but Lumberjacks able to evacuate pretty safely. Only lost 1.
Spike planted.
Someone is detained. They aren't able to capitalize on it. Oh yeah, Reskin. Looks like 3 on site, but it is
1
a
on a fight.
3v3.
Two look like they're in the boathouse.
Oh, in their
I
own
guess.
Killjoy.
No, where do you go?
Oh,
He's got to walk right in. Yeah, he's going to, okay, the Brim is going to use, Orbital Strike. I see that. Coaxel, though, is just going to do a good old-fashioned wall bang. They're going to try to go. There is someone behind
One
you, and
enemy
you do
remaining.
not realize it. Oh my
no.
goodness, what a vengeance doesn't it?
One enemy remaining.
Oh, there, okay,
Oh.
knows where it is now. It's a 1v1. Who will win this fight? Trying to get a wall bang around the corner. I don't know if you have enough time.
They
Mail
get him,
gets
but
it,
they-
but he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah, in that scenario, you just gotta run right in at that point. Very unfortunate, though. They were just hiding in that back spot.
I know, and they both walked past not realizing it was so close.
Yeah, I guess that's another advantage of the Brim smokes compared to Astra and Omen is because they have that cloud, like, it's so much harder to see, like, because I feel like their gun was probably, like, sticking in there just barely.
Okay.
And I feel like with an Omen smoke, you would, like, see that right away, but not with a Brim smoke.
Yeah, Brim always had good smokes. It's just the range wasn't big enough, but Riot certainly changed that. And talking about long range, we might have a fight here in mid. A couple shots being exchanged here through the wall. Going to throw out a grenade. Not really going to pick up anybody, but we do see Reyna charging up through Catwalk.
Wow, a lucky headshot through the smoke. Drops their jet right away.
Open up the sky!
Interesting.
Orbital Strike right at the doorway between Catwalk and Garden. Not going to pick anyone out, and in fact, he might still be trying to get a flank. I don't think they're looking in his direction.
Turn out.
Reskin puts down the turret on the point. It looks like the swap is being made from the Blizzards. Them through mid-market, trying to go through B instead.
Trades with Ganyu, but then Secrets picks up Mail here. Hidam just slowly moving up here in Killjoy. I think the call is made to rotate.
Spike planted.
So,
This could be another tricky retake here.
yep, gonna get silenced here. Oh,
Reskin going for the
long
flank. Yeah, long.
They
I
do
mean,
have,
the thing we learned from last round, though, is you got to be conscious of your time. Don't take too long on it.
exactly, like, getting that pick is important, but not if it comes at the expense of the bomb. And at this point, I think the call probably
Last
would be
player
to
standing.
go for exits.
That was just a very unfortunate peek there. I think both of them were crouching once they peeked that, too, and that's just kind of, that's just really making it easy for them to head tap you there.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just didn't have very much info. Oh, there's the
Yeah,
wow.
that was through the
was like-
smoke and the wall.
They're like just last bullet, like as they're stepping back, gets them.
Totally planned.
Exactly. Yeah, I think in a situation like that, it's probably better to just say, okay, I don't think we're going to get the bomb. Let's just wait for them to try and leave. But valiant effort nonetheless.
Yeah, get a few exit frags. Try to put a dent in their econ somewhat. Throws out the knife toward mid. Sganyu is waiting over here. There goes Vengeance. Already made their way toward Catwalk.
Looks like this is probably going to be a tree push. We got Coaxel here.
Molly.
Ooh, that's a nice molly. That's going to hinder them for a few seconds.
Burning the molly instead of the ult this time. Oh, smart. Closing the door so you can break it so they can't. Yeah, close it in turn. Gets Vengeance.
Oh, gets gotten, you tell.
I like the idea, just unfortunate timing.
Vibes picks up a double, and that opens it wide up for the Blizzards to get the spike onto A here. Nail's going to make his way up toward heaven.
Spike planted.
Sunny going to try to take a peek through the door. This is where that earlier...
Ooh.
Well, okay, I was going to say something, but Vibes is just going to negate that entirely. Picking up a triple, might be looking at an ace here if he can take out Rezkin and Mail.
I'm curious on what the economy is like, because we saw 2 rifles, but then we got a Frenzy and the Headhunter here. Rezkin does bring down secrets.
We know where he is. Gonna go down, trying to take out Vibes. It's not gonna get his ace denied by Rezkin. But the Molly lineup was there all along. The Killjoy. We talked about it earlier in an earlier round.
Yeah. I mean, they have KO, they have Killjoy, and they have Brim. They could potentially have 4 Mollies lined up if they really wanted to.
So you are not allowed to touch this general area.
But it is off limits for a good 30 seconds.
The floor is lava. The floor is electrified.
The floor
and the floor is
nanobots.
And the floor is also a bunch of little bots tearing you apart from the inside.
Curious on what the economy is looking like, because that was an interesting round. I think the rifles they had there, they probably could afford to buy them and buy next round.
Yep. Definitely suggest that, because Mail got the first pick there with a Vandal. It's going to leave the Bulldogs for a complete push on towards B here. They're just going to rush in. Are they going to not take into account the same peak? That should tell them. You're going to need to look left here if you want to go through, but he abandons and goes over to Boathouse instead.
Oh.
Rezkin, right in the smoke, is able to pick up a quick one against Vengeance. Might be looking for another one. Almost pinched in there.
Actually
One enemy remaining.
2 with the Ghost.
Down and out.
Those are one of those sprays there that trying to get the spray transfer, which is a little bit harder on the Vandal.
Okay, wow, what a round. Hedom actually got 2 of them with the Ghost here against rifles. Gets 1, gets 2. I believe that was like a half save again, because we had like a classic and a Ghost, but then we had some rifles. I was a little confused there, but it seemed to work out in the end. Looks like Blizzards are gearing up for a take. All 5 of them near A main.
Oh, the showstopper used right off the bat eliminates Ganyu. So now they're going to have to think again. Are they still going to go forward through with the A push? Boombot goes out, takes a peek through the smoke, is still able to pick up one. Trading 2 for 1. Now it's 4 versus 3 for Lumberjacks. He's going to throw down a smoke. Molly also in the archway too. But Blizzard's still committed towards A, but they might try to peek through mid, which would be risky.
Yeah, they got another ult here. They got Tour de Force just holding this angle.
Oh!
And then the headshot with the jet knives from that distance.
Yeah, just one was better than the other in clicking heads in that one instance. Coaxel has a good angle here, though. Might be able to catch the last one moving through. Indeed, he does.
Oh, and that was a spike, too.
Spike down mid.
So that halts that entire push. Is a
One
sheriff
enemy
there.
remaining.
Got 5.
It's another, and then Hedom gets Vengeance.
Yeah, that was a very nice angle that Coaxel was able to take there. But huge shout out Huge shout out to that Reyna just starting it immediately with a showstopper to get the pick.
Yeah, they were so bunched up there. Like, I was thinking that we were going to get a collateral, like
yeah,
2 or 3.
It could have been a lot worse. I know that's not much solace when you just lost the round, but it is true. It could have been a lot worse there.
Oh, man, that feeling is always scary when you're, like, all bunched up, ready for a push, and you hear, here comes the party. And you're just like, okay, everyone run away.
Away.
Oh, and immediately Mail
Very
getting
aggressive.
the pick that he wanted against Vibes.
That is pretty huge.
Resident trying to take a peek through mid. Is able to get secrets. Wasn't able to stay a secret there, so Lumberjacks now up 5-3.
Looks like Reyna and Reskins hitting everywhere. Managed to get the headshot.
Blizzard's considering throwing down some few smokes. Orbital Strike also available.
They do have the KJ ult. If they can get one more pick, I think it'd probably be worth to use the KJ ult here.
Well, they're all pretty well split up, and their Jet is having to rotate all the way through spawn, but it looks like they're going to commit towards A again.
Yeah, with 40 seconds left, I don't think they have time to Oh.
Sunny is just waiting right here.
30 seconds
Vengeance
left.
going up mid. That's pretty risky by yourself, especially when they don't know where the other members are.
Yeah, but it might pay off with the flank through Garden. Gonna catch the Brim unaware. Sunny goes right onto
down
point
A.
with the Savage,
One
tries to
enemy
move out,
remaining.
picks up one.
10 seconds
Picks
left.
up two. You could see the bullet spray moving gradually towards the KJ. Can they just stall KJ out long enough not to plant the spike? And that is another round for the Lumberjacks.
Last
Oh,
player
they do
standing.
go down. Oh, but they do pick him up. Okay. What
Last
a round.
in the half.
It's like nothing happened, or a bunch happened at the beginning, nothing
Right.
happened in the middle, and then everything at once. Looks like we got 6 ults on the board here. KO, KJ.
And they're all basically going to have to be used here as we're just about into halftime.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty explosive round. I'm expecting a KO ult to initiate. That is my prediction here. I like it. Just a quick peeks for intel.
Throws out the boombot. Again, they're all bunched up around A. And, no. 3
There
away,
goes the
though.
molly. Ooh.
Yeah, 3 away from the showstopper, so that's probably not going to come into play. Ganyu going to go A. Okay, go. Thinking about the
They found my
Killjoy,
trap.
but
You
not
should
quite.
run.
They got
Because it can be countered.
Reyna is just on B site right now. Oh,
Away
Chamber actually, like with the sneaky play, catches them on the rotation.
But they've already committed towards going toward B. Now they're just going to find the Seekers, and that's going to give even more information to the Lumberjacks on where they are. They're going to split up, and now they're just looking to pinch them in gradually.
That was an insanely unlucky play on the side of the Blazers
Okay,
there.
presses CSGO button. I like it. Moving forward here, trying to get the headshot onto Secrets. Ganyu gets the pick. Blizzard's just hanging on for dear life here. 30 seconds left. They cannot waste time.
30
But
seconds
the
left.
old angle that got him beforehand almost
Oh,
gets them.
gets
Secrets
one.
is holding on by just a little bit, and Sunny picks up the win to tie it 6-6.
Yeah, what a great comeback
Switching
there
sides.
on the Lumberjack side. They
Well-
had the few poor rounds at the start.
Yeah, and it's one that they had to have because you look at their draft, they've got 2 Sentinels, 2 very defensive Sentinels set up. If they don't do well on defense, then
Yeah.
if they were like 3 or 4 back going into the next halftime, then it was probably going to be a disaster for them. I say it's still an uphill battle because just basically 40% of their team is just basically defensive agents, but we'll have to see how they do.
Yeah, I mean, the Killjoy will get a lot of value if they manage to take sites, just not too much before.
Right.
Those
If
turrets,
they take sites and get planted down, they're golden. It's just before that.
ooh, the long-range ghost battle here. And it looks
Doesn't look
like,
like they're too interested in that one. Quick peek and a little bit of a shot onto her Reyna.
Gonna
Launching
throw down
smoke.
a smoke here. Smart. Get that just cut off for now.
Smoke deserts another through the garden here. Quick dap onto
Oh.
point.
Spike
And
down
he's only able
A.
to take out one as Vibes gets a double. Vengeance now following
Right
up. Lumberjacks just with 2 left. Nail caught in garden, wins the battle there.
Last
First
player
on the
standing.
trademark.
Him against the world, and the world is going to win this time.
Yeah, they got the really nice headhunter shot there before, but unfortunately, it was not on their side.
Vibes gets a double. Vengeance now following up. Lumberjacks just with 2 left.
Yeah, right here.
Caught in
That
garden,
nice
wins the
headhunter.
battle there.
And then it was just, the only thing they could do is either run in or challenge the Rays. Going into this, it looks like 2 Marshals and a Spectre and a Sheriff.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of bringing out the Marshal. It really has, as far as I can see, can really take people off guard if you got a good head clicker.
Oh yeah, and if they don't have any armor, it's a one-shot body shot.
Right. Which Lumberjack's probably going to buy at least some armor here. Actually, well, no, they were the ones that lost that, excuse me. So, yeah, it doesn't look like they have any. So that Marshal is just basically, for all intents and purposes, an op.
Zach, we got
There you go.
Spike
A little
down
bit of
B.
everything there.
oh wow, that started out pretty good, but the Reyna got a little over aggressive there and got picked, but they also only had a Stinger to give over, so it wasn't the worst thing to lose. It's not like they gave him a Vandal or something like that.
Now Lumberjacks are, I was going to say, it looks like they might pull by here, but looking at Ganyu
Recalling my
still
vault.
using the Spectre.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna go for the bonus round, see if they can really put a dent in the economy of the Lumberjacks here.
Steal all of their weapons, get full guns, get a lot of credits. This is the gamble, and it looks like it might pay off as Reyna starts it off with a headshot on to Sunny. Now Blizzards are a bit split up right now, as well as the Lumberjacks. Everyone just trying to find some sort of advantageous angle for another pick. Mail is slowly making his way out.
Vibes very far pushed up in main. Went for another Stinger, actually, of all weapons. Or that's probably theirs from last round, actually. Never mind. The double Marshals here.
Do a bit of aim practice with each other's heads before the real fight starts, as Mail has made his way all the way to spawn, takes the peek, gets punished by Ganyu. And now this going extremely well for the Blizzards. Pick up that Prime Vandal. Coaxial left here in mid. They're all in mid, are going to push up mid-market and try to go for B.
30 seconds
But
left.
the Blizzards have this locked down.
They're looking for a fight, but they can't seem to find one right here.
And you
Maybe
see
they'll-
your teammate died at this angle. You gotta be cognizant. Takes one peek out there. Coaxial is able to get secrets, so now it's just Ganyu holding
10
this
seconds
down.
left.
I don't think they'll have time to plant the spike, even if they push in right now.
Yeah.
No
Last
time.
player
Blizzard's just
standing.
rushing in.
Spike down B.
That just went beautifully. They're gonna get the bonus, like you said.
You know, I'm just gonna hide and get their weapon and armor out of there. And yeah, they had a good push onto the site there at the very end. It's just they didn't have time. I feel like that was more like, oh, we need to get onto site than like a planned execution. But it worked out well enough. I think if they started that earlier in the round with a few more people alive, it could have been really beneficial.
Well, Lizards 3 ahead and only 3 away from the victory. Reyna trying to hold the angle. Maybe a spray from the Phantom. Gets
Three.
Spike down A.
Spray and pray. The try
One
and the
enemy
true.
remaining.
I love it. And Blizzards are loving it too, because there's only one left for Lumberjacks. He is fighting and going to take out Vengeance. Now has to turn around, though, for the threat of being pinched in, but both of the remaining team members for Blizzards are on point A, having it locked down. He picks up the spike. That's going to give them a bit of information. They might be going over toward mid here.
Yeah, this is an interesting situation. If they wait long enough, they'll split up because they won't know which site to go on that, or they'll just commit to one site and then retake on the other one. But if Male can get one pick here, then it'll be a 1v1, which is very winnable.
Well, now that they've both turned around, that's just going to open it up completely, although they're going to be able to rely on maybe a well-placed trademark. There should be... Oh, he's already placed down a few trademarks. Oh, here in... He knows he's there. All the doors heading down. Mayo's going to be able to pick it up. And this was a 1v4, remember, and Mayo has planted the spike. He's just got this Reyna here. He's going to throw out the eye. He moves down below Heaven. He's not going to try to wallbang up, just waiting for the drop down, and isn't able to get it. Vibes picks up the win, puts the Blizzards to double digits.
Yeah, that was a very valiant effort there. And it's just one of those things, like, you don't have any lineups or any of that on Chamber, so it's just like, you got to try and take that 1v1 aim duel.
And here we saw what was initially a risky peek out here, just got quadruple peeked, it looks like, but then Phantom, just my favorite. I just love, it just works out sometimes.
I think it's kind of funny that the one shot that got him was a headshot with the Marshall through a wall. Like, everyone's just running, and then somehow a Marshall gets him.
Well, it looks like we're going to have a timeout brought out by Rezkin. That seems like a good chance for the Lumberjacks to catch their breath here, because now with the Blizzards at double digits, getting very close to the situation you never want to be in, that's up against an overtime. Once the team hits 12, they haven't technically won yet, but it means if you're far behind by like 5 or 6 points, it's a monumental task.
Oh, yeah, you can't drop a single round. It's just, the pressure's really on that point.
So they're probably taking the timeout to avoid that and make sure they don't get too flustered as a result. Timeout lasts about 1 minute. We'll be back when it is over. But what do you think the Lumberjacks can do? What's the #1 priority for them to turn things around?
Oh, that's a tough one. I feel like I think they need to spread out a little bit more and look for picks, because I feel like a lot of their strategies so far are just kind of like committing 4 to 5 to a single site.
You know what just occurred to me right now? Neither of these teams picked Sova.
No,
and Sova is like a mainstay here on a sense, especially here on B.
Yeah, I mean...
that is a juicy knife, and he's going to use it to get a double. Vibes picking up 3 and 4. There's just the KJ left.
The KJ sitting back there was ready with their lineups, I think. Yeah, the lineups are there.
Yeah, the lineups are there. The problem is your teammates aren't there.
Oh, unfortunate. We've
now
seen Rezkin. Oh, then the off.
Yep. I mean, once the spike is also down there in B, those lineups aren't going to work for you. Look at this knife here. Did that pick up all? It either picked up 4 or 5.
I believe Rezkin was too far back, but
yeah, picked up 4. Well, basically everyone moving on to the point was caught up.
Yeah, no ability usage for them.
And it kind of brings to the point you were saying of maybe spreading out a little more, because they were so clustered together.
Yeah, the knife hit all them, and then just they kind of were funneled in there at that point. They were committed.
You want to play? Let's play.
Take here misses and has to go retreating back toward Gardens.
Smoke's down.
Speaking of ops, we have a tour de force used by Lumberjacks as well. So KJ ult here. They're immediately going to go to A and just keep trying what they've been trying and rushing as a group, using all the ultimates they have. Showstopper as well. Throws it out toward Heaven. Not going to get anybody. Blizzard still have everyone left for this retake. Well-placed paint shells. Doing a bit of chip damage toward Blizzard. Just throws out the Boombot as well.
Boombot goes down immediately there. There's the defender killjoy.
Trade back and forth to make it 4-4. Hit on here in. Oh, okay, it looked like he might have had the advantageous peek here. Look at this well-placed molly. You can't do anything.
Yep, the one spot you are safe there is not safe anymore.
Coaxel, wow, with the orbital spike picks up one. Wow, it looked like Secret was trying to defuse. He managed to surprise him. It's Blizzards versus a tour de force and op battle, and he doesn't even look in the right direction.
I think they thought they were behind generator there.
Well, they obviously weren't.
Unfortunate.
But good for the Lumberjacks, like we said, keeping it away from that 12 mark.
Yeah, they did burn 3 ults in the process.
That's the problem. They had to use basically everything.
Actually, was that 4 ults? It was Killjoy, Tour de Force, Brim, and Showstopper.
Yeah, they used 4, so. The only thing left that could possibly be left for them is Seekers, but I don't know how far they are along on that charge. Oh, he's 1 away, so yeah, just pick up that ultimate knife.
Throw the knife.
Knife is destroyed, but he knows that they're going through B here. Gonna try to find the right place to put this molly.
Just stopping any rush here right away.
Oh, and a flank!
Wow.
High Vengeance with the op to eliminate Mail. They all have to turn around now.
Look at how far Vengeance is up there. Like, I think some more map control might be...
Oh, he hasn't even used the dash yet.
No, they did not. They just bunny hopped away.
Sunny is
this
gonna
could be big. Nice. Edom gets 1.
I've got your
so
trail.
cognizant of that op.
There goes the Seekers.
Found one.
Give them a bit of information on where.
One enemy remaining.
Whoa! Look
Spike
at that
down,
orbital
B.
strike! Oh, the bunching up is the Lumberjacks' downfall. All in Fish Market and all are pride. Fish sticks for sale tonight, basically.
Match
Half off.
point.
Oh my goodness.
The deep fry pole vault. Fish sticks! Get your fish sticks here!
Oh my goodness. And then they get the 4th one here too. Icing on the cake.
Wow.
No aces coming out on either side, but I swear like 4K after 4K.
Yeah, remember when Riot said they wanted the Ultimates to not be able to take out the whole team, but just kind of complement the general gameplay?
Yeah,
well,
I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers also. Just quick peek there through mid. Blizzards just need 1 more and they might win. And the ops have been very advantageous for them. But Reina taking a bit of damage there, has to retreat. Coaxel making his way up to mid-market, looking towards B. Right now they haven't cleared out. Risky position there, recovers though. With a frenzy too, able to take out Ganyu, trade 1-to-1.
8 shots
with
the headhunter.
And one of them lands, getting Secret, swapping to the frenzy. Quick headshot onto it. How are you able to do that? That's not supposed to be possible with the frenzy.
I think they had like 2 bullets too, right? Because they had to reload right away.
This is, I don't know how some people just get so lucky with the frenzy. It is not, that is not a headshot bar. I guess if you fire everything, one of them's bound to hit, but in my experience, it's always an outline.
Ooh.
Just trying to do a few hops.
30 seconds left.
Might get vengeance here.
One
Pass
enemy
to
remaining.
center and is able to. The only thing left for the Blizzards is their Brim. He's going to have to retake A here.
Down to about 25 health too. They're about 1 shot to most weapons. So this will be a tough ask.
Stim beacon down.
Grimmy does have the stimmy though. 38
It's gonna
health.
be very zippy through
Launching
garden
smoke.
here. Well, okay, that makes his job a bit tougher. But he seemed
Launching
to
smoke.
do that knowing that he is probably down there. Is able to pick up Reina. It's a valiant effort, but nothing today. But still forcing Lumberjacks to have to win everything in a row here to get to at least overtime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's this play again. The frenzy kill.
Placing sentry.
I thought the Rays would have taken them out. I'm like, oh, they're going to see them on the right. These nice headhunter shots. Not spraying too fast. Oh, yeah, they had 4 bullets there. in that frenzy. I think they got him with the very last one. That or the second to last.
Right now, Lumberjack's definitely going to be able to have some credits to buy a little bit more than a frenzy. Looks like he's gone for the Bulldog instead. Blizzard's having won so many rounds, though, they can probably full buy for this.
Got the Headhunter here, just looking around. Yeah, Vengeance pushed all the way up with Reyna here, I believe.
Oh, Sunny, I don't think is going to be able to notice them. Didn't even need to double peek there. Good job, Arena.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. The map control is like, they should not be allowed to get away with walking all the way up A main.
Okay, what happened there? I did not see one bullet from that Headhunter.
I actually do not know.
That is a mystery for the ages. Remember,
Right here.
Knox keys to the game. Don't whiff. Maybe he was trying to think in some sort of logic. If I don't shoot, I can't whiff.
True.
So he technically didn't whiff there.
No. They are still following Doc's keys.
At this moment, Blizzard's looking like they might be able to close
30
this out.
seconds
It's going to be
left.
all up to Rezkin and Coaxel, who is low on health.
Bot coming back.
Smoke's down.
Going to try to rush in towards B. Waiting for them.
Stim beacon here.
Brimmy Stimmy coming out.
Moving through as fast as they can. Rezkin manages to eliminate 5s. 2v2. Not out of the realm of possibility.
One
They
enemy
got a plan
remaining.
pretty soon. He's going to go.
10 seconds
Making sure they
left.
check those corners. I think both teams remember someone hiding back there.
Killed my bot.
They just brought
Smoke's
online
down.
the orbital strike as well, so that's even a bit of more stall he can use.
2v1, but... Okay, they got him. Don't do that to my heart, guys.
Oh, that's a heart stopper right there.
Okay, here's this play. We can see what...
I still don't know what happened.
I want to say, like,
It's
they had, like,
client error.
yeah. You know when, like, you're, like, trying to click something and you open, like, the
Yeah.
Discord overlay or
You
something?
open up
Like,
you alt-tabbed.
Time to mobilize
I know I've done that, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Hey,
surprised.
there's this super secret button combination that automatically wins you the game. It's the alt F4.
Then you'll see 3 people disconnect also. I wonder where they went.
This is an official message from Apple.
Launching smoke.
Mail just sneaking right up here, uncontested.
These flanks through Garden have been so good in that trademark. Once that smoke wears down, it's also going to pick up Jet. The problem, he doesn't realize Jet is right behind him. Comes back to bite him.
I feel like none of these flanks should be as successful as they
down
are,
A.
but both teams need to...
Last player
Oh
standing.
man, Blizzard's managing to win that one. Just one left. Rezkin, can you do it? The quick dash in with the
Defenders
knives.
win.
He's gonna do it for the Blizzards. They're the ones who win the first round of the night, and the Lumberjacks, who we were kind of talking about, new team, veteran players, just not having it today. Well, that's gonna do it for this first game. Brought to you, of course, by Esports Tower. And going at it alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. You can see how talented the Blizzards are when they do work as a team. And Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to do a shout-out to Coach Halter. And for those of you watching who haven't checked out Esports Tower, you should. It's the fast track to rank up. Well, the Blizzards take down the Lumberjacks and advance to play the Surge in the semifinals next week. Do you have any final thoughts on that first round before we go to our first break?
I think flank control is huge. The amount of times we've seen these teams, like, just walk up, like, entire areas that they should not be allowed to walk up without someone knowing, and just getting these flanks have been, like, game-changing. So if both these teams can kind of fix that that weakness, they can really shine, I think, a lot more.
Well, coming up next, the Infernos, one of the top teams we've been talking about, look like they just want to cruise right toward finals, but the Drought are going to try to stop them. Can the Drought be the spoilers and break the Infernos' winning streak? We'll find out after this break.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
orphanages and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant. Looking good, looking confident, and looking spiffy with that new intro. Nice job to Esports Tower Production for whipping that up. Today, we are here for the Esports Tower Spring Rumble Week 5 in Valorant. The Infernos have won back-to-back Rumbles and are looking to go back to the Grand Finals. Can they get it done against the Drought? I'm your host, Jem, joined by Vagar to call all of the action for you. And this is going to be something that is really important. The Drought have to be the spoilers to one of the top teams, the Infernos. So we will see if they can do it. But before we get to that, we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from their clubs and been offered scholarships at higher learning institutions across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower members have received over $1.6 million in scholarship awards. Valorant just basically taking up half of that, over $800,000. These students have not only worked hard in their gameplay, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. And before we get to the match also, we just got to give you Doc's keys to the game, presented to us by Esports Tower. And that's flank effectively, spend and peek wisely, spray and pray, don't whiff. I love it. This is Doc's and Jem's key to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. You improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. As we're ready to head into the matchup, this is going to be Infernos versus the Droughts to see who moves on to the Grand Finals. And we're going to be playing on Haven. So, Vagar, tell us what your thoughts are on Haven. If Ascent is the vanilla ice cream of Valorant, like you said earlier, what flavor is Haven?
Thematic-wise, I would say Neapolitan. You got the three different ones, you know?
I like it. See, this is why we pay him money here. This is he's on point.
If you need me to compare a map to an ice cream, just let me know.
Sure. We got a Hayden's ice cream flavor of the day.
This is always a map that, for me at least, has been a tough one to just get a handle on. I feel like B-site it just exists. It's there. You don't really go for it, but
it's always an option.
Yeah.
We'll see how Infernals and Drought do. We'll see what the draft is here as they're getting ready to pick their team composition. Looks like we're going to see Omen probably be brought out. Common picks like Jet and Sova. Chamber also being chosen by Zushi here.
Oh.
There goes the Omen, but still no confirmation. I don't think we're going to see Phoenix, are we? I mean, there's nothing.
No.
Oh, they're teasing us with everything here. They're going the Yoru. They're going to they're going with the Chamber. Yep.
Yep. Chamber's very quickly become like a new staple character that you're seeing almost every time.
It might be a mirror matchup with everything except the Brim.
Choose your agent.
Yep. It's gonna be Brim or Omen here. I don't think we're gonna see an Astra.
Well, thank goodness.
I saw him hovering
Probably
the
going to
Reyna
rely
there
on
for a second.
Relying on the Riot Zero for that extra bit of time to think things over. Okay, so kind of the two meta controllers being picked here, but that's the only difference between these two teams. The rest of the composition for both teams is going to be Sova, Jet, Sky, and Chamber.
It's so nice seeing people like competitively pick Brim again.
It is nice. It is nice. It's like, he is good now. I remember the days when people said, Brim, he just can't cut it, you know. Why is he even still in the game?
Yeah. It went from like, oh, it's always Omen to it's always Astra. And now you got a choice between Brim and Omen, and then Astra's just in the corner.
Yeah, maybe with the next balance patch we can get 3 controllers viable, just taking baby steps one at a time.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're going to head into the buy phase. Now, we are going to see Sova this time. So, Sova was foregone on Ascent earlier, but now we're going to see him on Haven. If you have the right lineups, that dart can pretty much clear out a point all by itself. So, see how good these two are at archery.
Yeah, the battle of the lineup. Oh.
And here we go. We're going to start with Kinetic hanging out in Garage right now.
It's going to be
a B push. Right after you initially said the first thing about Haven was that B exists and it just isn't used, they're going to try to plant on it.
Okay. It worked out so far, at least. No one was expecting it. They didn't even have a man on B side.
Tracker was not expecting that shock drone, that's for sure. The lead, look here. And Jaguar as well. The ghosts just collapse right down onto the Infernos.
I think
this is going to be a one and done.
I think they just got the Infernos just got a little too aggressive there. They managed to pick the Brim on the side of the Droughts. All they had to do is wait out the smokes. They weren't going to be able to re-smoke it.
Well, you got to give it to the Drought. When they're the team that's kind of considered the underdog and has to be the spoiler in this situation, taking the first match against what's considered the best team in the league, not a bad start.
That was really good on the Drought's part. I don't think anyone expected that. There was no one on B side. They probably heard everything going off there and like, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, they're expecting the rush here. Looking for it. Nothing's going to show up.
Yeah, they're only off by the exact opposite of the map, but
you got a 33% chance.
Sometimes we're all. And that dart is going to confirm there is no one here. Set up. Kick your recliners back. It's going to be a while.
They're like ready for them to like come rushing out of somewhere, and they're still all rotating. They did hit him with it.
Oh no, half shorties, they were fully committed there to just surprising them on A, and now they're gonna have to try to retake with shorties.
Oh no. They're doing what they can with what they got. Oh, I guess they got one headhunter. Oh no, they picked up another shorty as well.
It's gonna try. Hey, it did it! I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it now after because your location's given away.
Now,
But you managed to do it.
Okay, they do have one Spectre. I think the bomb's about to go off, so they...
Oh, they're just trying to... Okay.
Yeah, better to die there for the cash you'd get than to hold on to the shorties, though. So that's the best play they could do in that situation. Yeah, just seeing everyone with shorties there, it's like, oh no. They got to run in with them. Okay, there we go. They got the Vandals now. There should be a uphill battle for the Droughts this round, or the Infernos this round. If they can win
Scanning ahead.
this bonus round, that would be huge for the Drought.
Place down is going to get a tick here. Svainzy trying to peek through garage. Doesn't realize Chambers there. Maybe does, and that's why he's waiting for the peek. They're just a bit cautious here, not really fully committing to one point or the other.
Yeah, you got to be careful which angles you're taking, too, because you got these Spectres, and you know they probably have rifles this round. They're just waiting for someone to get a little too aggressive and make a mistake. But the Infernos are playing very patiently here.
Just a little under a minute here with 50 seconds. Well, it looks like something was thrown out toward A. I think a dart, and that's going to kind of distract them a bit to open up C a little bit more.
Ooh, they just missed them.
Oh, he doesn't realize until it's too late. Oh, okay. It wasn't too late though.
Blinded.
Throwing out the blind.
It's a double.
Spike
That's a
down.
pretty good rally. Just really low on health there, though.
Got two of them.
One enemy
There's
remaining.
just three, and it's just Sova in the backside. Sova did bring down two, though. That was actually, for a bonus round, that was quite a dent in the Inferno economy here. Losing 3 rifles to the bonus round. I'm curious what their cash situation is like, if they are able to even buy full rifles again.
From what I can see for the Drought, they're still buying Vandals. And yeah, we definitely see some saves. We see a Bulldog.
And
Ares, I think?
Guardian, I believe it is.
No, that looks more like an Ares to me. No, it can't be. Can it?
Revealing it.
We saw a
we'll
flash
find
of
out
it.
shortly. Anyway, here Fangzy now. Zushi actually holding down B very close here. Delete now going to peek onto A, but risky situation. Going to have to wait for the smokes.
Oh, they see them. Oh, wow.
Scanning
Just
ahead.
missing each other by inches.
Throws out both the dart dashes.
Oh.
Wow, blinded.
Gets one, gets traded out, but then traded right back. And just like that, they took sight. Only losing one person in the process. There's the Guardian.
Now 2 members up in heaven here. So what's going to be a difficult jump down.
Are they going to go? Ooh.
Oh, trying to get a sneak. He has to run away.
Player
Teleport not able to do so away from the orbital strike.
Ooh,
Sushi?
And just like that, it is a close match. If they still have Molly here, I think this
he
round's
doesn't have
over.
the time, I don't think. He has to bait out. No, he's not going to have the time. He can't take them both out.
Those are some clean shots, though.
Yeah, and again, you know, just taking a little bit of that eco away. Can really add up, but this... I'm loving the orbital strikes tonight.
Oh, yeah.
they are... I love it. You see, trying to teleport away at the last moment.
Almost worked out for them. I think their angle is just not there. I don't know if they would have had time even if they got teleported to somewhere that wasn't in the orbital strike.
Tour de Force, also you can see the Infernos getting ready to use their first ult here of the round.
Does Tour de Force make the ult noise?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It does. No matter when you use it, you hear Chambers' voice line. So Drought will know that an op, for all intents and purposes, is out on the field. Right now, he's going to hold down C long there with that, and they'd be a fool to peek out into that situation there.
Oh, and the jet knives out on Kinetic's part.
2 ultimates spent here for the Infernos to try to get in back towards a tie.
Ooh.
Gonna
gonna
try
do the
looking
jiggle
for
peek.
the jiggle peek here, trying to bait out one shot.
Oh!
You have nerves of steel.
He's just like, I don't care. I'm just running out. Oh.
Okay,
There goes
gets
Spike.
one.
Down A.
Ooh. They didn't get completely blinded from that. They did commit jet dash.
Quickly ducks behind the crate to not get detected by the dart.
Gonna use that dash just to get out of there.
Yeah. But is really kind of making the Drought a little unsure of themselves. They don't know
30
which way to
seconds
go
left.
because one, C is held down by an op, and Jet's been dashing in and out of A, so is B what they have to do? They certainly think so. They're going to make their way actually maybe through Garage here, but the Sky is holding it down. Blinds E, though, and takes him out.
That's
That's a
already,
crucial pick.
There's already a tall ask from E
10
without the
seconds
block.
left.
They need to get on there
Oh.
to plant, though. They don't have much time.
Actually gets a kill with the classic here.
Plant, I don't think
One
they was
enemy
quick
remaining.
enough. No,
Thrifty.
they aren't able to. Thrifty.
Jaguar does bring down one in the process, but that's all they will be able to get.
Now, I should mention, you saw E get eliminated there. E is actually a free agent as Prestige, the team's captain, couldn't make the Rumble. And that's kind of a question, is that going to impact the Infernos missing their captain?
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty interesting to bring because it's like, yeah, their captain, that's their shot caller, so it's interesting to see like how they play differently. They've been doing pretty well though, all things considered here.
And they've worked
Standing
on
ahead.
improving from their past Rumbles with an emphasis on understanding econ rounds and how managing those can be the key to winning. They just got a Thrifty with
want to
one. That
play?
puts them at
Let's
2-3.
play.
Drought is now going to use their tour de force here.
Ooh.
So Tech, run away and back to your healer. You
Oh, Sage.
Sage, I'm sorry. Oh, Sage is way over in Garage though. So
Or Sky, my bad.
Sky,
Yeah.
excuse me.
This cheeky angle right here.
I mean, they're both healers whose name starts with S. Okay,
That is true. With a somewhat green hue to them.
That's not going to be confusing at all. Sky just through Garage. Oh my goodness, he doesn't know
Okay,
this
okay.
at all.
I was like, after that first.
One enemy remaining.
E,
Oh, doesn't pick up the. That was a 3K for E though.
very nice job, and shout out to Zushi there with that sneaky position there on the crate.
Yeah, I've done that more times than I care to admit. They like just move at the last second, but luckily they were able to reacquire, and then they just teleport out of there. Oh, doesn't pick.
Well, now we are all tied up again, 3-3.
Looks like, yeah, both teams are going to be able to buy here. I believe Jet is popping knives on the side of the Droughts.
Yep. That's going to be met with the op from the Inferno's Jet here.
They got the Brimmy Stimmy. They did get the scan.
Just moving right in. Wow, this Sova is stunned. Tries to click his head, but isn't able to do that. An op shot onto Jaguar, too, is going to mean that the spike is going to be down. No, it's still caught by the chamber, but Fangsy is having to rotate back. It looks
One
like
enemy
they're
remaining.
going to have to try to bring C into
Spike
play.
down A.
Tracker is able to get one pick against Sultek, but has to pick up the spike again, and this guy is going to have vision on it now.
Yeah, it looks like, oh, they actually do
no,
pick
it
up
doesn't.
E.
Well, look at this.
And just like that, it's a
Launching smoke.
2v1.
Grabs
With
the spike
full
with the
health.
smoke. Still looks like he's going to go to A too, and
You see, they'll expect you to rotate. They'll
Sure,
never
sure,
expect you to
yeah.
just keep going.
yeah, if Zushi's on the other side of the stage, the one thing that's going to be Tracker's chance is not getting double peeked on. So if he can just take these one at a time, he still has a chance, and he's still at full health.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, this could
It's
be bad,
dangerous.
though.
It just waiting there is going to plant.
Spike planted.
Get another orbital strike up top again.
Well, he's one away.
So if he gets one elimination here, all of a sudden he has an orbital strike, which he can stall out with.
Look at where he is compared to...
Oh, he wasn't looking his way. Tracker on his way to...
Oh, no!
Oh.
They almost got the ace.
That is the most heartbreaking op I have ever seen. A piece of my soul has just died because I was... I don't have a preference too much between either of these teams, but I really was rooting for him at that point.
Yeah. I mean, when it's the 1v... What was that, a 1v4?
Yeah, it was.
And
He
it was
turned
almost
around
an
with
ace.
Yeah, because, oh, the chamber was looking the wrong direction. The audio cue instantly tipped Kinetic off, and...
Yeah, they didn't know, but Jet was just up there that whole time. They were, like, just barely not... They weren't aware of each other, but they were, like, very close proximity, and just... They had the molly. It's just unfortunate.
Dart is going to be thrown out there, instantly destroyed in B. Delete now making his way up mid. Drought had some early luck here with B. It's where they got their first point. Jaguar getting the first pick onto E. So that takes away the Seekers for the Infernos for this round. Drought is going to use their Seekers just to rub salt in the wound. Hey, look what we can use and you can't. But more importantly, it's going to give them some more information about the Inferno's positioning.
Yeah, they're looking. Drone coming out on to see. We'll get the info. I think the call has been made.
Hunter Fury has a chance
Spike
here.
planted.
Where'd they go? Oh, he doesn't see him.
Yep, just gonna fire 3 of them out
Revealing
there.
area.
Doesn't look like any of them landed. Oh no. Yeah, you gotta take that out before you run through the smoke.
Get a wallbang there onto the crates. That's a very well placed shock dart. Not going to do as much damage as it used to. Jaguar picks one up against Sutak.
Oh.
Fighting back, Fainsy with a triple, brings it back to 4-4.
Such a good flank there. Caught all 3 of them looking down at the other side of ceiling.
That works.
Shock dart here getting some damage. That's really good free fire on their part. It's just unfortunate timing that Jaguar peaked when they did. They're just trying to get that lucky picked so they can get a foothold into sight.
As we're ready to head in to round 9. We're even in terms of ults. We're even in terms of scores. We're going to start out here next to the garage with the dog being thrown out. Hacker trying to plan his next move. They seem to know the Sky is there, so Sky is backed up now into the hallway. Zushi is still in the same position with those crates. Doesn't look like they'll fall for it this time.
Yeah, everyone's just playing really patient here.
That's a great pick onto
the Omen. No
Yeah,
more
onto
smokes for Infernos.
Stim beacon down.
Looks like that's the call.
Yep,
Smoke's
now they're
down.
going toward A with the help of that stim.
There we got, I believe, Kinetic.
Oh, but they still have to deal with Jet and the op. And already getting one. Kinetic is a threat to be dealt with. Got to take that op away from him. Moves up toward Heaven.
Gonna get scanned. A lot of info coming out. Seekers coming out as well.
Tracker is just hanging back, meanwhile, with this orbital strike. Because he knows he can have it to stall. He's just got to wait for the audio cue. He already picks up one through a quick peek.
He did end up burning it, trying to get them on the push. And unfortunately goes down.
Now Infernos creak into the lead, 5-4.
Today, I'm afraid.
It's been a very back and forth game. It's just like 1 point going either way, back and forth.
Inferno's definitely having a struggle, having to deal with the fact that one of their key players is not quite standing out. Someone who is standing out, though, is Delete. He's moved into an IGL role for the team. Worked very well. Great fragger as well.
A gift.
Yeah, the IGL role is takes a lot because you're like trying to play the game as well as
Ready.
keep the team on track and So you're almost like playing 2 games at the same time.
Right. Well, it looks like we might be having just a little bit of a timeout here for both teams to catch their breath. Right now it's 5-4, which means we're going into round 10, moving up very close toward halftime where everything will reset. And I don't really know what the call is here because normally when we get towards halftime, you can kind of see a team that's been, you know, that you would think, oh, they'll do well on defense or attack. But I haven't really seen a lot of that. It seems like both these teams are equally good at all the roles.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this is just like coming down to like who's getting these first picks sometimes. Like we've seen Kinetic with that op, just like managing to put a dent into their plans right away.
He, with that dog, was able to see just the tip of Sova's cape there. And that probably is enough for them to get some positioning info. This Omen is having a sneaky angle here in the courtyard. Looks like that might just be trying to fake them out as they head back towards C, but Zushi still hanging out on those crates there. If they don't look up, he's going to punish them for it.
Akamo here, sneaking all the way into the mid window. Just no one's expected him. If they hold this for a little longer, I feel like they might be able to catch Chamber on the rotate when they switch C. Unless Chamber commits to the big flank.
Talking about a big flank, yeah, look at this from the Drought. All the way through A, their Chamber is moving.
Spike planted.
This could be a train wreck playing out in slow motion for us. Soltec is so occupied right now. Very slowly move over toward the Opper as well, taking out Kinetic. They're not looking toward them.
Tracker picks up 2 of them. Did they? Chamber did go down.
He did, so okay, they looked toward him at just the right moment, but they kind of used that for a double peek, I assume. He caught in the Hunter's Fury to make it 5-5. Now, I think what happened there is I think they were able to look over toward the flank before the Chamber, but then I think some communication just between him and Tracker said, okay, we're just going to pinch him in from both sides. If one of us goes down, the other has a shot in their back.
Yeah, because I think that's where Tracker got that double, is when they turned over. So it still paid off in the end big time.
Yeah, it still did, yeah. Inferno's now going to bring out their tour de force. Trying to make it so there will be the team slightly in the lead.
Revealing area.
Sovadart going out mid right away. It looks like Jet Knives as well on the Infernos. It looks like this is a save round. We got.
Oh, I actually see a Judge.
Yeah, a Judge and then.
Spike down mid.
That's good classic use, I gotta say. Sheriff is also going to eliminate Jaguar. Can't win against the Vandal there. Soltec, though, with this Judge. Looking for the close. Takes out Tracker. He wasn't expecting that. Picks up his gun. And this could be a thrifty here. They're just outlining each other at this point.
Thrifty.
And there's
Wow,
the thrifty with the tour de force.
Yeah, I think that classic
Last
was
round
what
before the
changed
switch.
that was a
round.
great classic play there.
Gets that. Oh no.
This was the moment. It's just, yeah. He had the split second advantage too because the guy was looking over toward the dart for just a split second. So just in that one instance, one headshot would have done it.
Maybe they forgot they had the Vandal and not the Judge there.
I can't spray from this distance.
Let's play.
It's like only one Omen smoke.
They're just gonna go and
There's
rush
the blind.
on seed. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Not quite getting what he wanted there. It's just trading back and forth, but Inferno still have a slight lead. Drought using this tour de force here, Fancy, but it's going to be an up battle, and Kinetic wins against him. It's only leaving the Sova and his Owl Dart. They know exactly where he is, so they just have to wait for him to peek out. He has to pick up this spike, though. So, yeah, they're just going to play from both angles, take him out, and make it 7-5.
Halftime coming out here.
Switching sides.
Switching sides.
Woo!
These have been some very back and forth rounds. Like,
Right.
Just very explosive. Like, everything just happens at once. Both teams commit, and they stick to it. They don't, like, try and back up. Once they do, start the push. Looks like we got a frenzy out here. 2 frenzies. Someone has the infantry ghost there.
I kind of like the infantry skins, you know, just for a cheap alternative, if you will.
Yeah, I really like them as well. I just don't use most of the weapons they're on.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, who needs realism when you can have RGB lighting on your gun?
Oh, yeah.
RGB always wins.
That or holding a literal dragon. 3 of them in there.
3 in garage, and he teleports away. He did get a few hits, though, but he took a bit of damage himself. Overall, he did more damage to the Sova, though. So Sultek is going to be eliminated. Zisushi and Eva both getting
down,
one.
C.
But it's being traded back and forth.
Blocking sight.
1 enemy remaining.
Ooh. Mo picks that one up.
And teleport onto the point. It's all up to delete with a
Spike
frenzy.
planted.
So good luck.
Oh, 3 of them. If they can get
Gun
this
here.
pick right here, they have a chance.
See this? That is not the range you wanna fight at with a frenzy.
No, you do not. Looks like, especially against a headhunter. Right here, this is such a good flank on the part, or just push in general on the side of the Infernos there. They just pushed in and managed to pinch everyone there.
A gift.
Now Infernos have the biggest lead that they had all of this match, 8-5.
Looks like rifles coming out here. Oh, Shorty.
Waiting for the right
Oh,
moment.
no.
There goes the dart. You have been found out. Your plans and shenanigans will not work.
Deploying drone.
Wow, that was kind of going for the short dart there. I think they're expecting some shenanigans there.
They called it out perfectly. See Milk up here trying to push some sort of dart. It's gonna get answered back into heaven.
Just the jet
Last
like
player
fly by. Like,
standing.
hello there.
No drought.
window.
No. Okay, what cheeky strat do you have this time? The classic 1v4. I like it. Let's see it.
Oh, and they're getting healed up.
And they're
It's,
getting healed up as well.
the one
I mean, I
advantage.
don't want to call at this point, but I mean, you can have we only have so many hero right clicks.
Oh, and the okay.
Shock. Okay, I thought that was a shock. They're just gonna pinch him in. Yep.
Yep. There they go.
Now 9-5. Getting pretty dangerous for the drought here.
Both teams have rifles here, though, so it is an even round for the most. Or actually, yeah, no ults on the board yet either.
I would think that if the droughts don't win this round, we're probably going to see a timeout from them next round, because that would mean that they've lost 3 in a row. They've lost, yeah, they'll have lost 3 in a row. They're getting pretty close to Inferno's getting to 12, so they probably need to regroup at that point. We'll see how it plays out. They need a win here desperately.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be a tough
Deploying
ask
drone.
for anything past this round, I think.
Using the yellow drone, trying to make their way onto C. Doesn't see anybody.
4 of them in there. Oh, and Chambers like,
yeah,
nope.
Yeah, I'm
Teleport's
just
gone.
going. Yeah, that's the most nope teleport I've ever seen. Backer looking to put some smokes down. We're just waiting here. Able to pick up the duel against Kinetic.
I'm out of stuff.
Now Droughts find themselves with the small advantage, although their Sky is low on health, very low on health. Both Skies are actually low on health.
Fortunately, they cannot heal themselves.
Sultek still hanging out in garage. He's going to get some healing there.
Oh?
Wins the 2 on.
player
Oh, tries to go for the shorty play. Oh,
30
and the
seconds
Sky has so much healing, but you can't use it on yourself.
He's going to manage to get the spike down. And then I like this, taking an aggressive angle. They need to get those kills quickly, or at least one kill quickly. Also smart on the Drout's part, though. They're trying to play together, letting Kinetic lead since they have the health advantage.
Now, okay, there goes the spike. They're not looking back, though. One of them is. Okay, the Sky does have view here. They've got to move on to the point. They hear the audio cue moving out. Oh! I thought he was going to get the blind there. He didn't. Very crucial win for the Droughts. They needed that one.
Yeah, he definitely made them work for it, though, there.
Well, we still have a match on our hands. Droughts do not want to be counted out. They might be the underdogs, but they want some respect right now.
Yeah, looks like they will be able to buy again. Oh, there's that timeout.
I was thinking they'd use the timeout if they lost, but it turns out they won and are still going to use the timeout, which I'm not against because they still got a tall task in front of them.
Yeah, you did call that it would be a timeout, though.
So I will claim that victory.
Yeah.
Overall, what are your thoughts so far? What do you think? What do you think is the one strength that the Infernos have that's just kind of eking it out for them? Why are they just a little bit ahead?
Oh, man. That's such a tough one because I feel like both teams are like so evenly matched. I think it's the Inferno's aggression. They're just like pressing these fights a little bit more and just coming out on top on these quick gunfights. But both teams are just like very even. I feel like it's just like a few unlucky rounds.
Sure. Well, we're going to have to see if the Droughts are going to have to avoid those unlucky rounds for a long time here. They got to go on a winning streak. They won one, but they're still behind by 3 points. So here we go with the next round here. Gotten past the point of all the pistol rounds, so now we should be all normal guns here.
I'm seeing a Spectre coming out on the side of the Droughts, and I think a Guardian.
You want to play? Let's play.
There's the Tour de Force coming out.
Yeah, so that probably is one of the saves. Now, what angle has he decided? He's going to take it down through Garage, moving over towards C to take C long. Using the dog is going to be able to spot Sova out.
Just backing up here now.
And get that healing onto all of the team. Gonna go past mid. Trying to think of A here. This chamber is not taking the right angle. He's just right behind the roll, though. So actually, he is. I assumed he was out in front of that, but this is... Look at that! Okay, I was completely wrong. He knows much more than I do here. Fainsy has all of the info.
The trigger discipline there. Now, are they going to step out and get hit by this Tour de Force?
Oh, they do.
Spike
The
down
last moment.
I think that was just unlucky at the very end there, because they even waited for them. They just happened to turn around
left.
and get the lucky quick scope.
But still, it's just the info that the Drought, that the Infernos would have gotten there.
Last player standing.
The Drought, excuse me, was able to get onto the Infernos. Just barely. Wow, around the corner with the Tour de Force. He does not have time, though.
10 seconds left.
Just going to have to go for an exit frag here, probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth saving the Spectre.
Isn't even able to do that. Drought winning the second round in a row. Rallying back toward another equalizer.
I wonder if it would have been more worth to just have everyone leave at that point and just let them live with the Spectre, economy-wise. I think that was just unlucky at the very end.
Yeah, I don't know. A Spectre isn't really something,
Well, it's
you
a
save.
Spectre and no armor, and so they're just like, okay, you can keep it. I don't know. Maybe they could have grabbed a rifle or something. It's probably the better call to just take them out. But you got to feel bad for...
We have another rush here.
Oh, yep. Everyone up mid. Jaguar just kind of keeping people at bay with some birds and dogs.
Another push onto B. We haven't quite seen that in a while, but there are a lot of Drought players on B. Drek is going to take this really close angle, as does Sova, throws out the drone.
few shots through the smoke, pick up one.
Oh,
Down
you need to
mid.
move. You are being trapped.
Well, now this sneaky angle isn't so sneaky. Some more shots. Just do
Another
what you
through the
did
smokes.
before. Spray through the smoke and it's going to work. That's why spraying was on Doc's
Smoke
keys
down.
to the game for this round, because look at what it's doing for the
One
drought.
enemy remaining.
That's their third round, 1 in a row. We're going to 9-8.
Wow. Yeah, they're starting to get some momentum on their side. Now they just got to keep it up. Looks like we're having another timeout, this time on the side of the Infernos.
Yeah, this would be this the time for a timeout for the Infernos right here.
I don't even know what they can change. I know this round specifically, they just kind of got bogged down, and it was a few unlucky shots through the smoke that got 2 of their members before they even pushed in, and then they just got pinched after that. So they could always try and like spread out and like just go for picks. They've been doing really well as a team though, so it's hard to say what they could be doing different, because it was working for a while. I think maybe they just need to like strike. I don't know if they've tried garage in a bit, like a full garage push, but I think that could be able to catch them off guard.
It's interesting because we've seen a complete full push work, but other times we've seen the spread out waiting for that first pick as well work as too.
Yeah, I feel like at this point they're just kind of adapting to each other's play style, so it's really hard to say like, oh no, they should try this now.
And then they got to adapt to the adapting.
Yeah, and so both teams are doing a really good job at reading their opponent and actually changing what they need to do instead of being like, oh, they're doing this, so we'll just keep trying the same thing until it doesn't work.
Well, when the Drought took a timeout, it worked out well for them. They've won 3 in a row since then, so maybe a timeout for the Infernos will have the same effect. I did actually see there, we see an Odin brought out by Tracker, which I always like to see.
Interesting. If you see an Odin, it's usually on the Sova player.
Seek them out.
There goes the Seekers. Gonna be thrown out, given a lot of information. They're all gonna spread out.
Looks like they're gonna just kind of back up. Oh, Tracker
Look
with
at
the
the
double.
Odin!
Oh, that was at C
That
site.
is not a long-range gun.
Okay. They just
Okay, he's
take
just
down-
gonna wait for them to pick it up again.
I have the spike.
With the Odin, how are you getting them from that far?
Almost got a third with it too.
I got the Spike spike.
Jaguar
down.
and E trading frags there.
But overall, this Odin play initially.
Yeah, I mean they almost got the third too, but
I
like you
know,
said, it's
that's
not
insane.
a long-range gun, so.
What is now?
Hawk out.
Op never heard of it.
30
I've
seconds.
never
left.
heard of
Last
it.
player
Odin is the
standing.
new op.
Spike down B.
There goes the lead with a quick spray on to Sky, and one more on to Sultek. Ties this up 9-9.
Yeah, and the Droughts have the ult advantage right now. Oh, never mind, they're tied on ults now, but one of them is an Omen ult, so.
I mean, hey,
that
look,
really
at
an ult?
look at Tracker here. that double brought him into the lead. He's the top fragger with 12,
And they got
16,
another
10.
one. They were ready for it. Oh, okay. Are they using it to spray through garage?
Oh, that probably makes the most sense. But hey, he took C Lone, which I would have never recommended he's using the Omen with, and it still worked out for him.
Right
so.
here.
Yeah. Looks like it will be a save
here.
on the side of the Infernos. They do bring out the jet.
Spray. They're going to try to wall bang
Oh.
back. He gets hit for one.
Unfortunately, he didn't actually do any
nothing.
damage to them.
Yeah, no.
It kind of looked like it, but I guess he just barely didn't hit them.
Delete holding the close angle here on B. Going to instantly destroy that dart as the smoke goes down. Had a chance there to try to get the jet in midair, but they both fall down.
Was that a misclick on that dash? They dashed forward?
I don't know. Well, when you dash forward into the wall, it's kind of fitting that you get taken out with the shorty.
Yeah.
It's just definite oops moment there. And for the Drought.
Oh, the big chamber flanks again. Oh, the trademark will catch them. As well as the jellyfish.
Bruno's haven't used a whole lot of their.
Oh,
Strike again!
Last player
burnt to a
standing.
crisp.
There you go. Kinetic is going to try to turn around with the knives.
We've seen Jet
Does have the
knives.
advantage. Can wait for the audio cue. Sees the peek from behind the crate. Throws one, misses. They're going to try to coordinate with the Sky to throw out the Hawk. He does get blinded. They still have a defuse. Picks up one. And gets it with the right clip during the dash. Kinetic, a clutch play for sure. Inferno's back in the lead.
Oh man, that was really intense. So many just really close hits. They only had 46 HP there.
Does get blinded.
I think, and this is obviously hindsight, but they probably should have had the Brim fake defuse earlier since they were the lower health one.
Yeah, I don't think any of them fake defuse during that, so.
Yeah, they tapped it once, but then they threw the blind.
Okay.
But yeah, not giving that pressure to the Jet. They were
Take flight.
confident in just holding the angle until
Now
they
that
heard
one
it.
Omen's been brought out, another. So both of these teams have one Omen. So we move toward Garage, which has been smoked out.
They're like, you're playing Odin, we can play Odin.
Hakamo waiting to move through as the rest of the Infernos commit to B.
But Molly coming out, yes it is.
Gonna slow down the push through mid. While avoiding the...
Oh wow,
Oh, that was so close. They don't... Okay, he knows he's there now.
Oh my
He's
goodness.
gonna run away.
I think they both just like saw a glimpse of each other at all the wrong times.
Look at that, the wallbang from the Omen. Tracker gets the first pick, but is gonna get wallbanged back by E. Now it's 4-4.
Yeah, that was a really good shot to bring down that Odin spraying through the wall there. If they can get this pick right here. Sova
30
takes
seconds
down
left.
the other Sova.
Lead also gets rid of
Spike
Akamo.
down A.
We might just have another round evened up. Seekers are going to be thrown out by the Sky. Help them get some presence on point. Throws out the Hawk. I think got the blinding there. And is able to get a triple. Might actually be looking at an ace here. Just needs one more.
They know where they are.
You? Oh man, he's holding a long range gun though, so that is something you don't want to peek. Yeah, he's got his tour de force. So maybe a bait out from the other chamber. I don't know if you go for ace glory at this point. You just, gotta take the win where you can get it.
No aces. Multiple 4Ks this entire series.
Still, I mean, still a great play.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. They basically like single-handedly got them
And
onto
I
the
like
site.
here, didn't kind of get caught up by trying to get an ace there. Instead, went with the smart play.
Yeah. They knew they had the tour de force. They're like, let them just push into us, and whoever gets it, gets it.
Inferno's now 11-9. Might be able to break away here and get that all-important 12.
Yeah, it looks like a
Very
judge being
aggressive
brought
peek
out.
here from the Sky, from this Jet, excuse me. Tries to throw out a few knives, doesn't pick up anything there, so he's going to try to take E here, who is blinded and right in the head, and is going to recharge on the knives and keep going. Great first pick for the Drought.
What? What? E had the spike.
And wait, he went...
Yeah.
You just ran into the other team with the spike.
What was the idea?
What's this? What's this strategy? What are you doing? Is this like, okay, we'll go through every other route and then pick up the spike on the way? We're just taking the long route. Got to go around the horn here.
Oh my goodness. I don't know. That they don't.
I mean, they're going to have to book it to A, though.
They used Omen TP to pick it up.
Okay. Okay, the world still makes sense somewhat.
Wait, was that like a 500 IQ play where you bring it there, everyone rotates, and then you just pick it up with Omen?
Ninth dimension underwater Chinese checkers here. This is so... Some of these plays are insane. And look at that with the judge, too.
The Drought.
I am the
No matter what sneaky play the Infernos are trying or managing to hold firm, but Sultak, I think they know where you are.
Last
Oh
player
no!
standing.
If they got that double.
Right, still manages to hold on there, and
Team
okay,
Team ace.
Drought wins with the team ace in what was one of the craziest rounds I've ever seen. I was fully questioning my sanity right there and my grasp on the material world.
I was so confused, but then with that Omen ult, that actually
All set up.
made a lot of
Started,
sense.
yeah,
like,
because here, yeah.
so I guess is the idea.
It's an interesting strategy, but it requires you to burn one ultimate already to make it work.
To be fair, Omen ult is a very hard ult to use effectively, so I think that's one of the better uses you could make out of it. I didn't even think about that, but I guess the idea is, does E just go solo and try and bring down as many as they can?
Yeah, yeah.
And I guess if they take the site by themselves, then they take the site by themselves.
Quick Opshot is going to get the first pick for the Drought. Infernos have their tour de force as well. Right now, they're just sort of convening in sewer. This Odin has me worried.
Just waiting for them to just start shooting
he's
through that
getting right.
wall.
I think he is going to try to go for the wall bang here. Oh, no, he's turning the other way. So. Yeah, that doesn't look. I don't think those walls are close enough for it to work.
I believe you can shoot down there, but you have to be in between.
They're
B
waiting
and A.
for Jaguar here. They had 3 possible angles for that covered. They were going to say, hey, we're going to put every resource we can to get this. They don't see Fanes. He's still waiting with the op.
The tour de
Zushi gets
force.
it. Gets him back.
Yeah, I think Jaguar just got a little aggressive there. I don't think there was really much of a reason to push up.
No.
Teleport's ready.
Now I was going to see the darts flowing down from heaven, so Zushi should know there's someone else up there.
Blinded.
They're looking. Wow, there's a lot of.
player
Oh, and the
standing.
Odin flick.
Okay, you got a tour de force, you got to have the heroes. Like no, he has to teleport away, but it's not placed away far enough.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
11-11.
these Brim ults
Sorry to spoil the party.
have been pretty great.
Okay, we have a real shot here at overtime.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, they swap out, but they just barely don't get out of the oh.
That is pretty funny.
We've already seen that with the Omen.
Okay, the question is, would he have been better trying to walk over there than teleporting because it was so close?
I don't think they were getting out of there either way.
Yeah,
at that
no,
point.
they weren't. That is just a Maya question. And now Infernos have to head into this very crucial round in a position they know they have to save here. They don't want to go into a potential round 12 not having what they need. Drought is all ready to take this match point for themselves.
Spectre, Marshall, Frenzy. It's going to be an uphill battle. I think they're looking to bring it to overtime at this point because they did have to save. So they're just expecting to full buy next round instead of forcing this one.
Of course, if they manage to pick up manage to pick up a Thrifty here, you know, that would certainly change it around. So have seen a few rounds go that way tonight. So it's not quite out of the realm. They're going to take a few shots here near Garage.
Here.
Sova peeks out, takes out Kinetic. The lead also gets Zushi.
Last player.
It does look like what we predicted is going to happen. They're going to get the Flawless. And now it has to be
brought it to
Infernos
12.
have to drive it to
Match
overtime.
point.
Wow. Yeah, the Droughts are definitely making quite the fight for this. So they were down, what was it, 9-5?
Right.
They've lost 2 rounds and won 7.
Will the Droughts be able to do it? Unseat one of the top
Don't keep
teams?
them ground.
The real spoiler.
Oh, there's the Odin spray again.
Now Fancy tries to get his first pick, is not going to find it, has to burn the teleport there. Picks up the Vandal instead. Now trying to take a peek down from heaven. Doesn't realize his crosshair was right over one of their heads. Now they make their way onto the point. That's the first pick. That's huge for the Drought. They're on the precipice here. Have they dethroned the team that was favored? The spike is down from the Infernos. Drought is going to slowly move on with some help from these Silver Darts to get their way onto the point. But Z-Sushi holding the close angle. The Hawk goes out, which blinds him. Takes one from Delete. Now going to go under. Z-Sushi gets one. And Arkabo with the double makes it 2v2. The Drought's still holding on by just a hair. And that could be it. E is the only one left. The Drought did it. They took down the Infernos, and they are going to be going on to the Grand Finals. What a match! What a game!
That last round, just everything all at once.
Wow, the Infernos, no more Drought. You're going to have a shot at taking this all next week. What a fantastic win from the underdogs there. I can't believe it. The 13-11 could not have been closer and could not have been more exciting. Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured Rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to soar exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. Now's the time that we look back at everything that has occurred thus far and give our picks for the player of the game.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. There were so many good plays by a lot of different players here. I think...
and a lot of close matches, too. Nothing was really a blowout, so you could really pick any player from any team, and they'd probably have enough plays to probably take it.
Yeah, I think so. One that I thought stood out pretty well was Kinetic. Just that their op play shut down a lot of plans before they even got a chance to execute them.
Though Tracker, with the Omen play, turned things around and brought the other team out to use an Omen as well. So that would be another great play, but it looks like it's going to be Ganyu who takes it.
Yeah, Ganyu is like a one-man army at some point. Oh, yeah, right here, the 1v3 to clutch out the round. Oh, yeah, 4K as well.
Yeah, the 4K clutch. It brings out the Killjoy just a little bit celebratory there. Yeah, it's kind of easy to forget how exciting some of the plays in the first round were based on the second one, but Ganyu manages to take it. Player of the Game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Ganyu is your Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. And this was kind of saving of what was a very aggressive peek attempt. Coaxel failed, and so Ganyu said, I got you. This is a good peek. I'm going to prove it's a good peek.
Gets the triple here, and then Vengeance to clean up.
Well, as we prepare to close out this first half of the Valorant Rumble, do you have any closing thoughts?
I think this grand final is going to be pretty crazy if we get to see another team up there that we haven't seen. So, and then they managed to beat the Infernos in their reign. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, that's the main storyline today. Down go the Infernos. The back-to-back champs did not make it past the semifinals this week for the first time in 3 weeks. So can the Drought win it all and become the new champions, make a name for themselves? You're going to have to find out next week in the Week 5 Rumble. The conclusion of that is next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Close out with the top 5 plays of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. That's not it for us tonight. We have Esports Tower Overwatch after this. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Enjoy your top 5 plays. Two members up in heaven here. So it's going to be a difficult jump down.
Are they going to go? Ooh.
Oh, trying to get a Zeke out to run away. Not able to do so away from the orbital strike. Sushi?
And just like that, it is a
Eat from behind the crate. Throws one, misses.
Going to try to coordinate with the Sky to throw out the Hawk. Does get blinded. They still have to defuse. Picks up one. And gets it with the right clip during the dash. Generator trying to break the door down as Reskin goes in for the flank.
Yeah, it looks like the Arena actually did pick up one of the fans.
One enemy remains.
Goes down.
Nice. Now Ganyu hanging
Gets
out
one.
below heaven right
Player
now.
Gets
standing.
two.
Three.
Gets-
That's four, actually. The clutch.
Oh my.
Up.
There goes the Seekers.
Give them a bit of information.
One enemy remains.
Whoa! Look
Spike
at that
down,
orbital
B.
strike. Oh, the bunching up is the Lumberjacks' downfall. All in Fish Market and all are pride.
They get the intel. They know that this is a B push.
Whoa! Look
Three.
out to the
Spike
left.
down. B.
Hit him. And
Last
gets
player
four.
standing.
Oh, hit him. Can you get the ace? That would be great. He's going to try to peek out. Has to face a Vandal for it, though.
Welcome to this week's broadcast of Esports Tower Rumble in Overwatch, broadcasting you from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Welcome to week 5 of what is now the Overwatch 2 Rumble, because with the release of Overwatch 2 beta last month, the entire Rumble has been taking place in Overwatch 2, and in a rematch of our last 2 grand finals, the Tornadoes and Everest will square off. The Tornadoes have won the last 4 times these teams have played. Can the Everest change that today? I am your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. The first time I am casting Overwatch 2, and I cannot think of anyone better with an encyclopedic knowledge of the Overwatch universe than Dr. Chris Doc Haskell joining for us for the night. This is going to be such a great opportunity for us, not only the first time us casting this, but also for the players as well, because most people playing this beta right now, they're just solo queuing in, you know? They just want, they got the code, they're excited to play something new, but these players not only are playing together, but they're playing with their coaches too. And what kind of advantage does that bring?
It's a huge advantage. They're getting a couple of months of extra time, because they're involved with Esports Tower, of actually playing and building out the meta. They're able to practice some of the things they see in Overwatch League. They're able to figure out what they're really good at. They're getting more time with ult combos, with ability combos, with pouncing on cooldowns. They're getting the best preparation for when this gets competitive again.
Well, let's take a look at how all that gameplay has turned out and see the group play results that we were left with last time. Tornadoes and Everest, it's no wonder they're facing off in the grand finals, getting first and second. So now, as we head into this week, this Rumble has taken entirely in the Overwatch 2 beta. First week ago, we had a sneak peek with a scrim server that was adjusted to try to mirror Overwatch 2, but now we get the real thing.
It's a real deal.
What are you enjoying so much about Overwatch 2?
You know, the solo play. You don't have to play just like a raw shield, like crash into each other together. You can really exploit flankers. You can really exploit bad rotations, and we're not constantly just penned into this. Okay, everybody has to go through this portal of death, right? And basically, you're just playing around these choke points. And choke points are great, and they still exist a little bit, but not to the extent that they do. I mean, you can choose multiple pathways around just about anything you want to.
Well, I got to say, the new game mode for me is what I'm enjoying, which is serendipitous, because that's the mode we're starting out with tonight.
Right?
But just in terms of pacing, I mean, you remember how just kind of the generic way that a best-of-5 Overwatch match was set up. You know, you had Control, which finished pretty quickly, but then Hybrid and Payload, which took a long time. And then when you're done playing those very long modes, then all of a sudden Assault comes up with its tie, 2 CP, and it just drains so much out of you. So with this new mode that goes a lot quicker, is a lot more streamlined, I just can't wait to get to the action.
I know, it's going to be
well, this is the time I normally give Doc's keys to the game, but with the actual person sitting here, I think it might better come from you.
All right, and you know what? These are going to have changed a little bit as the game changes a little bit, but, I mean, honestly, never take a fair fight. That is the core of all of it. Never take a fair fight. Always understand what you're walking into and what advantages you can take, because everybody plays the same, you know, the same heroes. Everybody's the same speed, the same height. They have access to everything. So don't assume that you're going to manipulate them better. Know that you can't.
Well, those are Doc's keys to the game, brought to you by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Matchup tonight, once again, Tornadoes versus Everest, the top 2 teams. And this is going to be an interesting thing to see if the team that has won last 4 championships in a row will continue on their winning streak. So, with the first round, we have a possibility of a lot of different stages. What's your favorite of the new stages?
Gosh, you know what? I like the Royale, the Circuit Royale, just because I think there's so many really interesting ways you can kind of climb through.
Well, it looks like we're going to be heading in Coliseum here. It's going to be the first time that we're going to see tower control. I'm sorry, I mean push. I literally couldn't tell the two apart. I was saying it the whole time when I first saw this. This is tower control. This is literally tower control. But that's not a bad thing. I like tower control. I love push. And we're going to see a little bit something new, too, as well. We're going to see Sojourn be brought out by both teams to start out with.
Yeah, I like the compositions here quite a bit. Love to see Diamond Dog on that Rhine right there. That is fabulous. You know, Amanda's been somebody we have been watching for a long time and recruiting for a long time, and one of the best tanks in the nation. We would love to see her become a Bronco.
We're ready to head into the action right now as both teams go charging toward the robot, which doesn't unlock for a full 20 seconds. See a little bit of an orb thrown out by Chum is Fum, one of my favorite gamer tags ever. And those orbs, you know, can really do a lot of damage now that that second tank is gone. It's already going to take out Spacefire, giving Everest the slight advantage. Looks like they're going to be the ones to claim the robot first.
They are stepping back there, trying to get healed up. They did a nice job, and that's the whole point. You got to win that first fight. And they got a big stagger there. That's not what you want to see. They tried to get away. Oh, and they got another one. Smart, very smart by the Everest to take that fight where the Tornadoes did not want to take it themselves.
And this orb, again, you know, the abilities like that have been given so much more free reign in Overwatch 2. A lot of shields gone, a lot of CC gone. It's really changing up how the backline has to play.
It is. They're coming in together. They're trying to get that angle up there. The monkey dives in. Not everybody in there at the same time. And now they're going to take this in a different spot. Oh, gets in there. You don't want to get that close, definitely, to the Rhine.
Yep, he's just going to try to swing his hammer around Ryan just to fade away from the Morra to stay alive.
Oh.
Chasing after Prefix is going to take him down, and they're going to try to regain control of the robot. Indeed, they do. Now this Lucio's going to try to hold on for dear life, but this is not a full team contest right now. He does manage to take out Avian, so maybe there is still life for the Tornadoes. They're going to start pushing the robot back, pick up a double for themselves.
Not sure what happened there. Diamond Dog not able to get it. I mean, yes, the Lucio kept popping on there, but with the Tornadoes back in control, they're down one, but it's going to be a full 5v5 here momentarily.
As we go forward here, we also see in terms of the ultimates, we're going to have the Shatter on the line as well as the Sound Barrier. Basically almost everything online for the Everest. They're going to use that Shatter right now as well as the Sound Barrier. Pando uses his Sound Barrier as a bit of defensive, but Spacefire is the first one eliminated. Tactical Visor also brought out, taking out Pando. Avian getting rid of its Kiba too. Overall, a clean engagement for the Everest is going to allow them to get back to where they were.
Doing a nice job here. You'll notice on the Tornadoes side, Lyric, technically still a high school student, but committed to Boise State.
Cool.
A fantastic player. And proving here, even though Lyric went down, Carter, come on, my guy. I'm talking about you, and you're cursing me here. This is going to be tricky for the Tornadoes. They're already down two. I mean, ult's coming out here. Perfect's trying to get it, you know, something, but with that big Rhine shield there, it's so valuable right now. I think Rhine's going to be good in every meta, no matter what.
Well, yeah, especially since so many shields have been taken away now with a complete rework of Orisa. If you're looking for the tank with that big shield to protect your team, he's one of the few choices still left, but right now he's hurting a bit as he is low on health, is going to be eliminated by Lyric. Tornadoes looking to take back, and Everest have gotten to the first checkpoint. It's going to be contested a little bit by Lyric, but overall, they're still making progress.
They're making progress. They're fighting together. What's unique about this mode is it basically is control, but the control point moves around.
Right.
Right. So knowing all the different ways that you can kind of get in there and attack and where people are going to be set up, you can't just hold it down.
And it also brings in an interesting thing, because if you retake the robot, it moves so much faster back on territory that's already been claimed. So I like that kind of, that sort of, for lack of a better term, that handicap that's placed in there for a team that's trying to work their way back. The robot just flies back to where their barrier was. That can make this a very exciting seesaw back and forth type round.
Yeah, Apollo, who organizes this Overwatch group, doing a great job of really making sure these teams are well organized and balanced to give them something to work on week to week. It looks like they're going to get control again here.
Now, the Tornadoes were the one to win kind of the mock Overwatch 2 match that was kind of set up in the private scrim server. But now we'll see if, now that they're an actual Overwatch 2, that they're going to be able to win. They're trading a bunch of eliminations back and forth with the Everest. And their soldier is trying to take out the last few remaining members, going to plant down the heel. A huge flame strike right to his face, and he has to run away from that.
Does, and you know, the key again always with this game, and it has always been, you got to win those fights. You got to win those fights decisively. And Everest have won fights, but they're kind of letting some stuff trickle here.
As we move closer to evening this out, the Tornadoes still have about 50 meters to go, and we still have 3 left, and that's a great shot with that railgun right there, but not able to get away from the other Sojourn there. Sojourn, really fun mechanics with all of the movement ability she has.
Yeah, it's Kiba on Chum is Fum, Moira on Moira Crime. You hate to see it, you love to see it.
Now they're moving closer toward the checkpoint. That's going to be huge for them. Has to turn around. Chum is Fum already getting rid of Kiba there. Again with the Moira on Moira. And that's a huge shatter. And look at the follow-up with the environmental. What a play!
You're kidding me. Oh my goodness. The charge directly to the rail and whoop, see ya. But, yeah, Spacefire maybe not able to, and goes down.
But here's the thing I've always learned. Never underestimate the game's ability to not count that as play of the game and give it to instead some random play off to the side there. So,
it'll 100% be a 1K Moira.
Yeah, it probably will with the orb.
With the orb, yeah. Yeah, you don't even see it. It's off screen.
Everest now making their way back toward the robot. Gonna push up further here. They still have the lead here. So if the timer is to trickle down to 0, they would win just by the great start that they had. And that's a great start to this fight as well. Diamond Dog with a double, followed up by the double on the visor. That's almost everyone eliminated from the Tornadoes. Lyric just has to run away and regroup.
Yeah, and they're going to get a little bit further. I mean, they're moving it. They're reclaiming that space pretty quick again. The bot around the corner, giving a good push there. The key is that third fight. You got to win that third fight in a row. Almost everybody can win one, and then the second one, it's that third fight where they've been holding the ults for a little while that takes a better team to win it.
Rhines are fighting in the front line right now. A charge in is not going to find anyone. Prefix with the crucial first pick onto Diamond Dog. Those bombs will just tear through your shield. And Lyric also with a triple making the play for the Tornadoes. They do not want to be counted out, but they're not going to have much time. They have a minute left to get back in the lead.
Yeah, and they're losing it by about half. Great push by the Everest last time. They got 106 meters, 58 on the side of the Tornadoes. So we'll see if they can even come close with 40 seconds left plus overtime.
Now it's the contest. The Shatter is going to be brought out by Spacefire. Charges the other Ryan and pins him to the wall, but it's not going to be enough. He gets charged back. Lyric is able to take out the other soldier. Chum is Fum with the Coalescent, putting out a lot of damage and healing at the same time for the Everest. Right now, the Tornado still managing to get a little bit of space with this robot. The Everest need to stop him now. Another charge. That one's going to miss. Diamond Dog with the Shatter throws it out, and that helps allow the Sojourn to pick up some wins with this railgun. 3 shots, 3 kills, and Everest have taken the point and I think the game.
I think they have. They get to the end, no contest, no overtime. Everest win. Great job. I was really impressed by the fighting of heroes plus heroes. So, the Rhine fight, Spacefire
there we
win.
go.
Yep.
That is. It has to be.
I gotta see this. Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and
this
then,
is beautiful.
See ya.
I don't need the Lucio for the follow-up boot.
No.
I am the boot.
There you go. That is so fabulous. I love that rework on the Rhine to be able to do that. Plus, you saw Kirsty and Lyric going back and forth on the soldiers 1v1ing, and then of course there was that Moira battle that was. I'm still haunted.
I know. Those orbs now, you can't rely on your off-tank diva anymore to just eat that up. They're out there, they're flying, and they're coming for you.
Yeah, they are.
Well, what a great start to this match in Push. I believe we're going to be heading to our next mode here as soon as we can. Should be kind of a more standard stage that we are known to know, but what overall is your favorite stage? I have to say, we've been talking about new stages, but the current stages are ones that are kind of getting just a little bit of a rework in terms of aesthetics. What do you think is the greatest stage that looks good in new light?
You're gonna hate this answer, but King's Row.
King's Row.
I always love the night maps, right? A Dorado is an evening or night map. I love the aesthetic of King's Row as a dark map. Can you name any other dark maps?
Okay, you already named King's Row and Dorado. Do you count Horizon Lunar Colony as one because it's out in space?
Yeah, Legion.
Legion,
Is
yes.
another. I just like the color of those.
But I gotta say, I love the new New York stage. This is such a great aesthetic. First of all, I just love Art Deco as an architectural style, and this futuristic Art Deco kind of thing with all the transit in New York. It's making me wonder, why wasn't New York in the first place? Of a major city, New York's a pretty big one to leave out.
You know, there's always a swing to make sure that all of the locales are covered. That you speak to lots of folks, and so you tend to. I mean, they had Hollywood, so that was the first big American one. So.
Yep. Well, New York looks great. I love how they fight in the subway, and the fight is going to go in favor of Prefix here. We're looking to start on Hybrid here. Everest lead 1 in this best of 5.
Yeah, Kirsty doing I'm not sure if it's Kirsty or Kirsty, doing a nice job eliminating that Sojourn really, really quick there.
That's going to make it a little bit harder for the Everest to take the first point here. Tornadoes are mounting a strong defense here with this Orisa. Can't rely on her shield anymore, but has a lot more damage options.
Yeah, they got to win this first fight, and so that they can get that payload activated and out. And you got to win that fight decidedly. Can't just trade and then hope to take space.
Well, it looks like it might be the start of a decisive win indeed. 3 down for the Tornadoes. Everest going to use that to move toward the first point. There's a double right there. And that is a great start to this match. I also got to say, just another reason why I love Midtown, which is New York, is just the fire engine stuff. I have a lot of firefighters in my family, so that's
very cool.
It's just it looks great. It has personal value to me. It's just beautiful.
It is. It definitely is. Again, this is part of the previous conversation, but big fan of a Blizzard world in the holiday set, which gives you another night map.
That's cool.
All right, setting up here. Ults on the side of the Everest. They can use these.
Yep, they have the Nano Blade all lined up, and they're not going to be able to use it there. Is Kirsty doing work? Well, doing as much, holding down the left mouse button while you have the visor up, but take it nonetheless. Almost has another one as Kiba goes very low on health, is running away, isn't able to get away from Triplet, and the Everest are just charging through right now, having to head to the tunnel.
Yeah, I really like that spot where Kira was, getting those little peek shots where you can still see. You're not. I mean, you're hopping behind glass that can't be shot through, which I think is really, really cool. But they're gonna have to set this up. Tornadoes doing really. They're gonna have to set up, take the fight that they want, not the fight that the other team gives you.
Now moving through, here goes the Blade, but without the Nano, can he make work of it? He's having to go right into the Diva there. Is going to get some help thanks to that sound barrier, but overall it's just a disaster as Triplet is able to take out Spacefire. Still no stopping the Everest there. That seemed like a breakdown in communication, if I were to guess.
Yeah, a little bit. We want to set up here, but then there's no coordination of ults. I mean, this is part of as they reach the first point, this is part of what makes this game really nice in a reset, is that we've all got to learn what these different exchanges are, these trades that happen with the different heroes.
As we head into Grand Central Terminal, the hype train is already here in the Everest sense, because they are just rolling to the last point, almost completely unstoppable. Tornadoes have to hold them here. Gonna have to hold for over 4 minutes. There goes self-destruct thrown out by Jump is Bomb. Doesn't get anything, but the tactical visor picks up Avian. Diamond Dog soon to follow. And that's gonna drive the Everest back and give Tornadoes some much needed breathing room.
Yeah, that wasn't really the third fight, but that was the fourth fight, and they spent a little to get it, so they get control here. Coming into it, you've got Kirsty about to get that ult, and you've got Avian with their ult as well. A lot of stuff coming online here. They got to use it properly.
Avian taking a bit of chip damage there. Has the ultimate all lined up. Is going to try to line him up, and that doesn't quite work out for you. So trade back and forth, both teams at 4v4.
Yeah, you got to be able to sit next to or nearby Chump and make sure that you're getting those DMs so that the ult stays alive.
I mean, the visor has really been
clutch. When people would use it, it takes them out in the air. Look at that lineup there from the Widow.
I don't know. I mean, they're getting value out of the Widow, Lyric. You're getting value, but that's usually Widow is not a strategic pick. Usually Widow is a I just want to click on heads today.
Yeah, I just. All right, take an early peek out here. Well, we're almost ready for the Everest to take the final point. Coalescence is going to try to get for them. It takes out the Widow with the Coalescence. I love it.
You know, every athlete wants to be a musician. Every musician wants to be an athlete. I also believe every support player wants to be a DPS player, and Lyric is doing that today.
We got to have the Battle Mercy, Battle Moira composition.
Yes,
our supports play as DPS, and we pick like Soldier who can only do healing.
Exactly right. Well, Everest still not able to get control, but they're doing a good job as a team of grouping up and taking this fight where they want. Two big ults already in position, but they've got to deal with that beat coming in. And again, with Prefix, I'm afraid if they don't watch angles, Prefix is going to wreck them with this ult. The visor is going to just choose people up.
Right, this visor is insane right now in the current build of the beta. It's almost online for Prefix, and there it goes. We'll see when he decides to use it. Right now, Chum's Bump also has this self-destruct waiting on here, as well as the beat, a beat for both teams, which can help them give a little bit of extra survivability in the face, and he just gets right in to where Lyric is. It's an ambush, and the Widow heads down. And now Prefix has brought out the visor, but I think it's too little too late. Their team was just so split up.
It's true, and while getting some value, not enough.
That just might do it there. When it rains, it pours. A railgun shot to Prefix means that it's desperation tactics now for Tornadoes. They're already one down, but have to fight on point. But they just boot Pando off and claim it.
Yep, that was really, really nice.
Score.
And they're going to go into overtime with a little bit of time. Now we're going to head over, swap things around, and see if the Tornadoes can get all 3 points.
And as you see this
Battle Moira.
Yeah, exactly. In the back line, dropping that orb, and you can fade out so fast. And with the added jump ability, which actually allows you to actually get up to things when you fade. Moira's back. So I was at BlizzCon when Moira was introduced, and I got to play her on the floor there.
Sure.
And at first I was just not that impressed. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's interesting, and okay, I kind of get what she does, but I want to play something else. And it didn't take like a month before I was locking Moira every time I had. So here's what's interesting about that ult. So there is no win the fight, kill everybody ult. Every ult requires follow-up. And so who do you need? Well, what do you need for follow-up? Teammates. So if you pop your ult too late, it's not now we can win the fight kind of ult. The only one that might qualify is the Diva Bomb. Everything else requires follow-up. And even the way the damage fall-off is with the Diva Bomb, it still does require some follow-up, unless you get them all pinned in there.
And also just on the general theme of no one person is an army, a lot of supports kind of learning the hard way in Overwatch 2 that, the whole team has to work together, because those flanks there, you don't have an off-tank that can always protect you. Some of the flanks can come out very unexpectedly in 5v5.
So it looks like we've got kind of a dive composition on the Tornadoes side, and kind of a Diva dive on the other.
Right now, it looks like Tornadoes are just going to retreat right now, with Spacefire having to respawn.
Spray game is strong for Lyric. Pew Pew is a good one.
Always gotta have the sprays ready.
Yeah, the train fight. The only thing I wish that they would do with this map, I wish they'd make the top of the train playable.
Oh, okay.
So you really have 3 different ways you can fight.
Sure,
and that may happen still. There's plenty of skybox.
Oh, yeah. Prefix now is going to take out Diamond Dog. Might open it up to Tornadoes, but they probably need one more just to make sure they win the team fight as a whole. And Everest have now respawned back up to full health, but already 2 ticks for Tornado, or just short of 2 ticks. Chum's Fum is trying to make his way back onto the point. Lyric with a punch to Avian's face is going to be answered back with Triplet taking out its Kiba. Prefix is also going to eliminate Chum's Fum on the reback, and there goes that tactical visor. Team kill there for the Everest. Wow.
Yeah. Kirsty doing a nice job
Yeah.
popping that tactical visor, turning that fight around. They were only down 1 when it happened, but still able to get it. Now they've got 2 ticks. They just have to really get them off the point for a second. And they've been doing a really nice job, specifically with the boop. Yeah, it's been working.
Here we go. We're just about ready to head in. Oh, a bit of a fight there between the Genji and the Soldier. And now the Winston's going to get himself involved. That Soldier is eliminated. But while they were getting that Soldier, 2 of their own teammates got taken out. The supports, too. So Tornado's
and that's
not
a
going to have
fight win
too
right
much
there.
healing.
That's all 5 of them. That's the nice thing about this new form of the game, is that you really can. I'm trying to eliminate the last one there. Triplet goes down finally. Is that you know, with only 5v5, you can really swing the momentum in a fight with that +1 now. It used to have to be you had to get 2, and you were 80% to win the fight at that point if you were +2. But now the numbers are all crazy.
Right now, Pando is going to try to get just a little bit of chip damage right now, enough to charge up this sound barrier. Diamond Dog's going to be the first eliminated. There goes that sound barrier, hoping the Tornadoes put even more pressure on the Everest as Triplet is eliminated. Now that 2 have been taken out, that's going to give even more space to the Tornadoes and payload.
So normally people, Pando would boop off, which is kind of exactly what Avian wanted, but instead got behind, booped forward, and allowed Spacefire to confirm that kill.
Now they're moving forward with this payload, almost out of the tunnel. This Soldier is putting a lot of damage and is getting pretty close to his ultimate. Speaking of DPS ultimates, Avian with the railgun, and Diamond Dog here with Coalescence as well. It's just too much for the Tornadoes to deal with. They're going to throw out their own Coalescence in response, and is going to be able to... no, it wasn't able to even up the fight. So overall, that's kind of an unfortunate whiff there on that ultimate. Self-destruct also thrown out by Chum is Fum, and Avian and Kirsty doing a great job.
You know, the other thing that really is, as they clean up this fight here and take that high ground again, I mean, really, you couldn't ask for a better place to stall that. I'll bet you there's even a look hold underneath there. A look hold, think Gibraltar underneath on first point.
That's one thing I was wondering about, especially with this tunnel, because it's very reminiscent of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And if some of the same gameplay that comes out in Gibraltar is going to factor in for Midtown.
Well, and also Dorado is another one of those places in stables where you can get a look hold. Essentially, you just need to be close to the door, and it counts you in proximity. You see those doors really close, especially the one on the left. But as they fight here, I don't want to take away this great fight. Avian trying to get away, Monkey coming after, gets a jump, gets an ult. They're just picking up for Avian.
He is all over the place and just tossing people back and forth, but the Soldier is hanging in there and takes out Prefix. And now Soldier is also on the hunt, moving forward. That looks like yet another hold from the Everest.
Yeah, and that's another case of why you trying to, right? Why you trying to get me? Why are you trying to mess with my day? As Spacefire did to take out Avian, but. Lots of ults coming up on both sides here. We're going to see both those Moira ults pretty quick. I think that Diva Bomb is a really powerful one. Let's see if Panda will even hold the beat until they get that bomb up.
We move forward here. Spacefire is going to start things off right by taking out the Soldier, quickly followed up by Kiba, eliminating Diamond Dog. With 2-1, that's the fight taken, and now they can get to the checkpoint. But I think if Everest reset quick enough here, they can have one more fight before the checkpoint.
I think they're really just robbing them a ton of time. Yeah, you got to get out so you can get that good coordinated fight. They're doing a nice job of stacking 3 on. Someone's going to have to touch. See if they even try.
Is going to be able. They're going to have to lose your speed boost for sure. There goes the Moira.
Moira.
Just
Good
right
job,
onto the
Dog.
point. And now throws the self-destruct out. Look at
Gets
that. It
one.
takes out Pando. And we have the sound of the visor as well, just tearing right through Spacefire. This looks like it's a win for the Everest at a crucial time. Only left is Kiba, and he gets eliminated now. Is anyone from the Tornadoes going to be able to stall this out? He's trying the speed boost. Can he get there? He cannot, and Everest get their second win.
All right. Play of the game will not show up as Diamond Dog throwing her corpse as Moira onto that to trigger the, I mean, to stop it from getting there. But it sets up everything else, right? It sets up the bomb. It sets up the visor over the top. I mean, this is we can approve this as a player of the game for sure. But yeah, it is. That's impressive stuff right there.
You know, also one thing that has occurred to me now, just about payloads in general, both for hybrid and escort, now that it's 5v5.
What?
It's mathematically more possible for a lot more C9s to happen.
It's true. It's true. And I'll be interested to see what the cart, I mean, because they've played around with these. CarQ does a lot of great videos on these, but the height above the objective that counts as occupying the objective. One of my favorite maneuvers ever is the Sig-9.
The Sig-9.
The Sig-9, not the C9, but the Sig-9, where he just lifts everybody up off of it, and the timer goes down.
Oh, that's gotta be. That's a Lucio eat your heart out moment.
It really is. It really is.
Well, what's so interesting about this fight is that the Everests are in the lead 2-0. But if we look back at the history between these two teams, the Tornadoes have are 4-0 in all the matches they've gone up against. They've already faced this team 4 times and won every single time. So the Everests look like they're finally being able to adapt to the situation, and maybe the change in Overwatch 2 is playing for them as well.
That's true. Okay, here we go, Dorado, and Dorado is a very beautiful place. I don't know if I like it in the night. I've heard that the engine allows them to play more with time of day than it did before. Previously, all the maps were really designed for one time period, and then they kind of did a couple of variations, which people didn't like as much, unless they were like a holiday thing, right? But,
I think it probably makes it more like for special events too. Like if you have an event that ties into the lore and you need the stage to be at a certain time of day, they can change that as well.
So if you look, there are vehicles on the streets now, Dorado, where there weren't before. You've got a little bit more cover in right in the middle. And that's gonna create some different ways to play things.
Well, Prefix wishing he had some cover, but is taken out by Kirsty right at the beginning. And look out, Diamond Dog is in pursuit. Doom as a tank. My nightmares are real.
Very nice. Very nice.
And he's going to claim some room here on the bridge and just keep the payload moving forward. Nothing really that the Tornadoes can do to stop him right now. They're just going to try to regroup as a full team. Both have chosen Doomfist as the tank. In fact, I think we see a complete mirror matchup with the exception of Pando on the Ana. That's the only thing that's different right now.
And the Doom here is a really interesting selection. We don't think of Doom as a tank, but guess what, everybody? Doom's now a tank and can really quickly get to high ground. Arguably faster than anybody else can. Certainly faster than D.Va and just boosters.
Yeah.
But also, I think, ball in a lot of different situations. And has that basically, I'm going to eat everything you throw at me right now, part of the kit.
As fast as Winston?
Faster.
Faster. Okay, so.
Yeah, I mean, Winston can go higher and further, but I'm pretty sure Doom is faster.
One thing I have to say is Kirsty on the Soldier has just reliably gotten these picks. Kiba's going to even it up, though, by taking out Kirsty. I guess Kirsty was all alone to get that. It was punished by Kiba. It's going to be a Doom on Doom fight right now.
Let's go. Love it. They don't do as much damage as they did before, but they're still a lot of fun.
Avian now picking up Prefix, and two Dooms fighting against each other, but backup from the Moira is going to throw out a damage orb that's going to go way up into the sky for right now. And it's just a bit of high ground versus low ground right now as the two supports find their way up on the high ground. Meteor Strike brought out by It's Kiba, not going to find anyone. Tactical Visor by Kirsty, almost found himself eliminated, but managed to heal up. Is that Tactical Visor going to get anything? They are using the Nano Blade right now. And Lyric is just going to get taken down.
So both teams kind of playing a variation of Doom Dive here. One with the Ana, one with the one with the Moira. The Doom Dive, especially in the ult, allows for just a killer initiation. And honestly, Everest just moving through here. You noticed in that first exchange around first corner on second point here, the Doom pounded the other Doom, but because he's a tank now, did not knock him back into a wall. Doesn't do nearly as much damage. So Dooms who play out in the open against other Dooms, a lot more survivability.
Lyric right now is going to try to find running away to try to survive against this Doom. Not able to, just get slammed down. Jumps from also, that's going to be a full team wipe right there. Congrats to the Everest. That's your checkpoint. That's even more space taken.
Okay, we're starting to see a composition change a little bit coming on the other side. Doom stays
this is the
in,
one part of the stage that doesn't look like it's changed.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the time of day is for here.
No, it's all indoors. It's looking good. Doom setting up. Diamond Dog needs a little bit of healing there.
Soldier, again, with the picks is so reliable. And Diamond Dog, just to get out and survive, is going to use the Meteor Strike. Gets a bit of health on top of that, but it's down to just the 60s and barely manages to heal up. While that was happening, the two DPSs for Everest were doing work, eliminating two members of the Tornadoes, but Prefix, with a swap over to the Hanzo, is immediately going to pick up a double.
Diamond Dog to the Everest here, looking now for an opportunity to engage, or let's just get back out.
And you know what I like? Avian now on the Genji. We have the Shimada brothers going at it against each other.
We do. Oh my gosh. Prefix maybe able to win that one? Who knows? There's so much long range that you can get here.
Lyric is going to be eliminated by Diamond Dog. Now this Lucio is going to find himself in trouble. And to make matters worse, Tactical Visor is out for Kirsty, just going to clear everything out. A whole team wipe. This might be a situation. They're getting very close. Maybe just a Lucio boop at the very end to knock them back. Can they get to the point? They cannot. Everest taken with 3 minutes, 27 seconds.
That is a great time. And they really rolled. They you know, the first couple of fights weren't fantastic, but once they got the second point, it was all them. In fact, I don't remember them losing a fight. They may have traded quite a bit, but I don't remember them losing a fight.
A full team. No, they didn't lose a fight there. Now that, remembering it was just all going.
Impressive stuff. Okay.
So basically, I mean, that sets a pretty even pace then.
Yeah,
if Everest just win one team fight, we know they're ahead now.
Yeah, maybe they didn't win the first one, honestly, at doors there. We'll see where this goes. Also, you know, because this is beta, we don't have the same observing tools that we do. So they have to be observed live, right? So that's an interesting thing. I do like the new iconography. I like the HUD changes. I think that's pretty dang cool. But boy, for the Tornadoes, this is a big ask right now.
I like some of the new voice lines and interactions. They added one between Cassidy and Ash that I really like. Cassidy just goes, "Well, it's interesting to see you on the same team," and Ash just goes, "Bite me."
So Pando, it brings out something a little bit different again with the Ana here. Now, what's interesting about the Ana is KarQ did some stuff recently talking about when the nano is applied and what it will affect. It is essentially you can nano somebody after they've stuck and the damage will transfer over to stuck. But that is the only interaction that can actually do that. Things that stick.
Things that stick. Thank you. I'll note that for the test.
Right. So if you get nanoed there as Ash, after you've thrown the dynamite is not nanoed.
This Ash is having too good of a time
it's
right
true.
now.
Oh! The other Ash.
Yeah, the other Ash is going to put an end to that.
Yeah.
And use the coach gun to try to get away. Is unable to. Needs to take out this Lucio. Off the edge you go.
Lucio kicking Ash. That was impressive
Thank you
stuff.
for all the jokes that I've been making and puns I've been making. And I'm glad to have. Thanks for picking up the slack here.
You bet.
Alrighty, Tornadoes now making their first way with this payload. Everest are going to be looking to stop them. It is nice to have a bit more cover. We get into the next fight. Chum is Bum already with the orb eliminating Spacefire on the Mercy. Now Prefix taking a bit of damage, does manage to heal up. Lyric's also in a little bit of trouble. There goes the damage orb again.
Even.
I can see the cooldown on that probably being increased a bit.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
So it's like, weren't we just here before?
Diamond Dog goes down there, nanoed but survived it and then got caught up in that exchange.
And what I think is so interesting is you're talking about all this analysis and, okay, what damage carries over and what damage doesn't. And it really does have a huge impact. I remember when Brig was first released, you know, it was all about, okay, how much damage does the Batch do, coupled with this and that, and finding out that, hey, you can take out a Tracer in the squishies like that with all these tied together. Just counting up all the damage can really work, and right now there's a huge amount of damage with Avian picking up a double. Chum is Bum and Kirsty picking up the pieces. And like we said, just one fight puts the Everest in a huge position now.
Prefix on the McCree, so we're going to see a little bit different weapon, you know, and a different kit for him. And a second ago I said survive the nano. I meant survive the anti. I apologize.
Okay.
I will apologize later on Twitter.
Okay. Right now, Everest, Tornadoes are going to first use Bob here, but there's going to be so much the Everest can use, starting with this blade that just tears right through the Tornadoes. And that's just going to be another go back to start. Do not collect $200. It is a brick wall that the Tornadoes are not managing to break through.
Yeah, they are inside of that minute now, so they got to win this one decidedly. Unfortunately, they just do not have any ults, and the Everest do. I think this could reasonably, if well played by the Everest, be a first-point hold.
This is going to be Diamond Dog with the Meteor Strike just going online right now. We have seen a swap over to the far Mercy right now. Luckily, they do have the Ash. That's kind of the only hit scan that they have right now, though. But Prefix is going to be eliminated in the deadlock duel. Ash wins in this case. And now this Far Mercy trying to pick up the pieces, but now they're getting some pressure from the Genji as Spacefire and Lyric are also taken out. And now with the sound barrier available to the Everest, I think they have what they need to keep one last fight territory here.
Oh, you just can't have those daggers. So this is a touch situation. And they can't take the fight that they want. Everest can take the fight that they want. They've got a lot of flexibility. You can let somebody touch and then win the fight and still take that cart back.
Everest might be on their way to their first victory against the Tornadoes, and they indeed do. The Tornadoes have been dethroned as the champions, and Everest now climbing to the summit, getting it, and deserving every bit of it. Prefix is going to get the play of the game on the Hanzo. And yeah, this was pretty unexpected. He just sort of quickly swapped over the Hanzo, and I see a double all of a sudden on my feed.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the heel of my hand, brother. Oh, that was tasty right there. I love those dinkies right there.
So we actually got two rivalry duels. We got the Hanzo beating the Genji and the Ash beating Cassidy. So we know how that works out for today at least. And the Everest have won it 3-0.
Nice job, Everest.
Great job. But as I am sure that you know very well, Doc, going at it alone can only get you so far.
So true.
Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. You were seeing that while you were talking about that. Every ult needs a follow-up. And if you want to become a better team player and use those ults to your full advantage, then you should go to Esports Tower. Esports Tower really takes the time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I'd like to give a shout-out to the coaches. And for those of you watching who haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, you should. It's the fast track to rank up. Will the Everest take down Tornadoes? And at an opportune time now, because now they are officially in the history books, the first Rumble champions of Overwatch 2.
Woo! That is a good feeling, and you were aware of this, but maybe the folks at home were not. We ended up getting to play the third place match in ECAC against University of Minnesota. We both agreed, hey, let's do this in Overwatch 2.
Sure.
And it is so much fun to be early into something and to have success in something. So really, really nice job.
Yeah.
I think they stack any 5 against any other 5.
That was one of the things about Boise State Esports. Let's start early so that we can get and look at all that it's led to in production and stuff. But we are not done yet tonight. We're having so much fun watching all this new content in Overwatch 2. We'll have a show match for you, so stick around. We're going to have the Cyclones versus the Tsunamis, see who wins that one. Don't go away. We'll be back.
We're going to build bridges and hospitals in a day. We're going to save families from disaster and feed those left in the cold. We invite you to join us. The next greatest generation is now.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by. Growing up in Riggins, we have certain rules we live by. Look both ways before crossing the street. Fishing stories get better the more you tell them. Small town life makes your life anything but small. Never work alone when you go hunting. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
A rogue virus. No jobs. Sky-high tuition debt. Life is trying to put our generation on the sidelines. But we refuse to just sit back and watch it pass us by. Instead, watch us fly ahead. Watch us overcome anything. Watch us rise. Watch us change our world. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Welcome back to this week's broadcast of Esports Tower Rumble and Overwatch, broadcasting you from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Week 5 of our Spring Rumble, now the Overwatch 2 Rumble. And before we wrap up for the night, we have a 4-stage show match against Cyclones and Tsunamis. So no matter what happens, we're going to be seeing 4 stages, which more than we get to see, I am all for. I'm your host, Jacob Gemmott Palmer, joined by none other than Chris Doc Haskell for us, calling all of the Overwatch 2 action. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Overwatch 2, but before we do, I want to give a special shout out to the scholarship winners for
this is
Esports
so cool.
Tower. A total of over $1.5 million has been given away in Esports Tower to club members who have graduated from their clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower club members have received, again, over $1.6 million. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We cannot be more excited and proud to see how the opportunity these players are getting. And like you said, some of the players that we're seeing tonight are already signed up with the Broncos.
Yeah, in fact, part of that, $233,000 for Overwatch, it has to include the scholarship offer to Maxall and to Chosen, people who are part of our program, this year and continuing, doing a great job. But Lyric coming in as a player that we're really excited about, and Diamond Dog on that list, and others on that list, but that we're aiming for. They just got to graduate high school.
Yep, graduate high school first. That's sort of Doc's keys to life first. But
hey, get a degree.
Let's dial it back a little bit and go back to Doc's keys to the game. And go back to Doc's keys to the game.
Okay, fair enough.
In Overwatch, that's never take a fair fight. That's take fights in unexpected places when they are unprepared, and keep your tank alive. It's so the only one you get.
It's so important in this one. Yeah.
It's brought to you by Esports Tower. Score Pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, and improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched up with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Right ahead into our show match, the Cyclones versus the Tsunamis.
Well, first of all, who wins the logo battle here?
I gotta say Tsunamis. I gotta
100%.
say.
Yeah. So true. Cyclones they got to get their
working
their
like
game
a little
going.
swirly thing, you know, to work in. Well, as we head into this stage here for push, I'm told on my telepron we were going to Coliseum, but this does not look like it, does it, Doc?
No, it looks a little different than this. Yeah, not quite.
Yeah, instead, it looks like we are up north of the border, it looks like, joining our Canuck friends here.
This is right. They're in Montreal.
Toronto Raccoons.
Toronto. Is this Toronto? Yo, look, curling.
Curling, yeah.
Love me some curling. I'll tell you, I try to model that intensity sweeping.
Okay.
Whenever possible, just yeah.
Yeah. That's great. No, it's also great to see, like you said, you brought up earlier, spreading the maps out, a lot of representation around the globe, and it's just great seeing more countries be brought into the mix. And Canada is such a great addition. So now we kind of have the trifecta. We've got Canada, Mexico, and a U.S. representative. So here we go, though. We're ready to head in to this match, and Barbecue is going to start things off right, taking out Dragon, but it's quickly answered and traded back. Tsunamis and Cyclones, that first match is kind of going to be a draw.
It is, but you're going to get control, and that's what's really important. And we're contesting right now, trying to get that bot working for you. And they did get a little bit of push on that right away, but 2 down, unfortunately, for the Cyclones. That's not going to go well.
Now we see this Moira just kind of getting back into safety here. Dragon Shadow and now Lukey are going to pick up Bad Barbecue. It lines up there. Bad Barbecue. But anyway, overall, the Tsunamis are going to claim the first point, start pushing forward, already up to above 20 meters. And Dragon Shadow trying to make a little bit of room. He's not able to get away, though. Pushes up too far.
Yeah, true. And my eyes are on Apollo here, and I'll explain why in just a little bit. We're looking for some outstanding play from Apollo. I got a chance to meet Apollo last week. We were in, of all places, Atlanta, for a collegiate event. But I'll tell you why in just a second. Apollo doing a nice job, at least staying alive in this.
Cyclones quickly moving the robot back to the midpoint and are going to start building up some territory for themselves. Anarchy is moving in here with the pocket. Going to see how that works out.
Yeah, quickly takes over and moves back now. Contested again. Well, they've left. No, they just left it.
Woo! That was quite a mine thrown out there.
Oh, Apollo. Very, very nice work there. Trying to get that that Mercy very quickly.
That Coalescence is also going to pick up Dark. Bad, keeping the Cyclones' hopes alive. They get caught up, though, in some CC, that Gravitic Flux, and now Barbecue throwing out a lot of damage, but it's going to be eliminated by Luki. Apollo taking out Dragon Shadow. Again, a lot of trades back and forth between these two teams. Overall, the Cyclones still managing to build up their territory little by little.
Comes out there, nobody in, and they're not able to get much out of it.
Cyclones now using that new kind of Orisa ability to keep things in check as they keep control of this payload. He's going to face a lot of damage for that orb. There goes the Riptire out from Barbecue. Anarchy doesn't see it.
Apollo goes down as well. Had the Discord orb on them at the time. That's proven to be a real problem for them.
Barbecue crosses the mine onto Dragon Shadow. Echo Online is trying to take out the Moira, but Barbecue comes to the rescue.
Yeah, Echo, nice job there trying to make that happen, but you missed. I believe there were 3 big kill shots that just went the other way. All right, they're getting ready. Apollo trying to get into position here. They want to keep that control. Some good ults coming up, though, on the side of the Tsunamis, including Luki's ult there that's going to really work really well to take the fight last time.
Forward Echo Online taking a bit of damage. Apollo just fell down there. That was so sudden. I was like, wait a minute, there's all of a sudden not a tank there. That's a problem.
And Shy's like, I'm a dip.
Yeah.
And I'm out. Well, getting run down there.
Live to fight another day.
True.
But this is a good match here. It is back and forth.
Yeah, good fights, and they're taking good fights. They're not just all just diving in. If the fight is lost, they get out, which means comms are happening. Taking over again. They're trying to move in, but Luki not able to charge that ult very fast. Gets a little bit right there, but I think he's going to go down right here.
Yep, he gets taken out, and Cyclones take back the robot. Going to move forward a little bit even more. I think they get a little bit more push on here since Tsunamis haven't fully respawned, and in fact they've been staggered as Anarchy gets eliminated. That also has his Death Blossom here. We'll see what he does with it. We move forward with Apollo. We're looking for the great play here. Overall, he's trying to find, is someone flanking us? Where are you? There goes Dark there with the teleport up to higher ground. Uses the Death Blossom, but gets taken out as he uses it. And Cyclones only have the Coalescence to try to keep themselves alive. Barbecue is fighting back. And Apollo is still managing to stay alive on the point, but now he's in trouble, and the Anti-Nade is going to spell his doom.
Well, TW1 continues to push. That is the official name of the push bot, I'm told.
TW1.
TW1. There's got to be a colloquial name, but we have not yet discovered it. Maybe chat will throw it in. What do you call it? I know. Oh, I love that slide, the Sojourn slide right there.
I want to call him Billy, because then in terms of big robots that are in the game, we got Billy and we got Bob.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There I see. And putting those together, Billy and Bob.
Well, then look at Barbecue there with the Riptire eliminating Luki. Bad also is eliminating Dragon, but Dark with that all-important visor is keeping things hopes the lives for the Tsunami's hope alive. Gets away there. Now the robot heads way back toward the Cyclones.
Echo Online kind of knows how to work that kit really well for this, for the Tsunamis. With that Sojourn kit, with that slide to jump to get up on top of the bus, that's something that's been rehearsed. That's good.
I should say technically that's a streetcar.
Streetcar, technically you're right.
And I am glad they included that. Toronto is very famous for. That's just another great little detail that has been thrown into this new stage. Right now, Barbecue taking out Dark, but Echo there with a railgun shot is going to take out Bad. Barbecue also falling, as well as Apollo. Now there's only one left for the Cyclones, and he is just staying alive on the point, but isn't able to Reddit Lucio his way out of that. Tsunamis take back TW1 and move toward their territory.
Yes, they do. I love the street. You're absolutely right about the streetcars. For those keeping in mind, the system length is 83 kilometers. There are 685 stops.
If you look at
9 lines.
If you look like at a stage of it, it like lines up with the city grid. Like every street downtown has a streetcar on it.
It's so cool. They really thought it out well. And it's a beautiful city.
Here we go, and we're getting to see a lot of beautiful city there.
hoping for a beautiful performance here as we actually see a swap here
Lukey.
onto the Roadhog.
Says, I'm gonna play the Roadhog now.
And yeah, I'm going to rebel against Junkrat and take him on. We'll see how that works out. But right now, Bad here is kind of looking for a sneaky flank. Going to use the teleport up, actually, just to regroup with his team. Okay.
Yep, that was good. That one recharges pretty quick, even
Look
in this
at
mode.
all the distance, though, that Tsunamis have gotten out of this push here. They're now only 10 meters behind the Cyclones. But they have to keep control of it right here. There's only 15 seconds left. Looks like they might be able to. That's some great play by the Roadhog, taking out Bad. Echo is now still on point, and they managed to get there. Have they managed to take this back against the Cyclone? Trying to focus down the Moira here, who is trying to fade away, but isn't able to get away. Who is getting the tap here onto the point?
TW1 looking past it, scratching his hip,
Oh,
saying,
wow,
it's time to
what a
go.
clutch play by Apollo. You called it out, Doc. He gets a double and might be able to take this back, and it's in overtime, which means if they get control back of the robot, the Cyclones, do they win this game? Oh, but talk about stalling. There goes the Transcendence out to give the Tsunamis just a few more seconds.
Yeah, and it may be enough, because look at some of these ults that are kind of coming close as they're coming back here.
Oh, that's a crucial play. That visor was the one chance they had of taking it back. Now that that's gone, I think the Cyclones have gotten the win thanks to the hero play by Apollo.
Yeah.
They win push.
Yeah.
And this leads me to the question I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Why were you so interested in Apollo?
So Apollo is the coordinator of the Esports Tower Overwatch. He's a coach. He's the coach of coaches, and he probably got dropped in to kind of fill a role. You know, somebody who was unavailable for these maps and had to fill in, which is the most terrifying thing ever. With really talented players, to be the old person, and Apollo's not that old. You know, to jump in, you got to be able to perform. You can't be the reason your team loses.
Sure. I just got to say, yeah, and a great play there by Barbecue on the Junkrat, just calling out the solo Riptire onto the Mercy. I also like that with all these heroes, there are so many aesthetic changes, and Junkrat just still looks the same. It's just like the perfect hero of some things never change.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, when you're in front of the statue of smoldering Junkrat, it's really kind of freaky looking. Because he's human-sized, the Blizzard statue that they did of him, the one they had at the last BlizzCon. So I'm excited for those to start up again. Hey, look.
Oh, yeah, no longer a night stage.
I'm not so happy about that part.
Yeah, it looked good. King's Row looked good at night.
Well, we played it in the day during the Uprising campaign, right? So we saw it in the day during the Uprising campaign. It was fine, but it's fun when it's night.
Yeah, the factory, the red glow, especially.
Yeah.
But still looks fine here.
Streets look very similar. There's a box there that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you, what's kind of the biggest things that have changed in King's Row going to 5v5?
Well, I mean, there are just a few more things that you can hide behind briefly. Unbreakables that that will block damage, that kind of give you those little peak opportunities. There aren't that many of them. But they're still there. I mean, where's let me see the bus here for a second. No, bus is actually just swung a little bit more to mid there. That's a small thing.
See, if we just stay inside, we can pretend it's still night out.
Yes, we can.
The lights, though.
Yes.
All right, as we move here, it looks like Tsunamis are taking the long route up high here. They're just waiting for one member. You do not want to have one member straggling behind.
No, don't. This will be interesting to see if Lawrence can build that ult real quick. Oh, it looks like doing it. If they can take down that Ryan, that's everything.
Echo Online is eliminating Bad. Now Barbecue. And overall, the Cyclones having a bit of a tough time taking the first point. Dork is going to eliminate them, and it looks like a crucial hold for the Tsunamis.
Yeah, that was a good one. You know what? You got to win every fight on first point. King's Row, you always have. You can, if you get a good stagger early and somebody sticks around, you can take a one-person down fight. But I think that's going to be what's fundamentally different with this 5v5 version of the game, is that you used to be able to lose that fight, but as long as somebody could touch and stall it, you could bring back in the full team.
Now they're going to unlock the payload. Tsunamis start their forward push here. Cyclone's ready to re-engage on them. And right now, there's Marva taking a whole lot of damage. Echo Online is eliminating Barbecue. Just following that up. A little bit of revenge there.
A little bit. Some ults coming online. Anarchy has theirs about ready to go. And honestly, that Barbecue tire looking to maybe shake up and win a fight. Apollo now on the other side, of course. Very close to theirs as well. Looks like we've got a multi-ult fight coming up here around the last corner.
That sounds like the jankiest cookout setting you could have, the Barbecue tire.
The Barbecue tire.
Get the Barbecue tire. Here we go. Just going to start out with the Flame Strike right around the bend, and a Coalescence from Anarchy starts it off, getting rid of Barbecue. Also going to pick up a double against CS Squared, and now this Moira is just running for survival. Dragon has also built up the Shatter, but doesn't need to use it. Just going to pin Apollo, and that is another fight won for the Tsunamis.
That was really, really clean. Tsunamis full force. They're going to be able to come up and just, I think, touch and just take it right away. But actually, you know what? They're gonna have to do a little bit more. They're gonna have to force a fight where the Cyclones don't want to take it.
All right. Oh, it looks like he's planning something with his Death
he
Blossom too.
definitely is.
I gotta say, like, now that we're back in the factory, nothing's changed.
Right.
It's just like it was on Dorado. But look at this. Looking for the Death Blossom in the back line. He's gonna find Barbecue, has to take out the trap, and it's just going to go right there. It's now just in a pride battle against Barbecue. Forget the Death Blossom. I have to win this.
Yeah, no kidding.
There he goes.
Oh, he took
I thought
he faded out. So he's got to come back.
Now he gets what he was looking for there.
Yeah, and doesn't get. Well, I guess he gets the 2 kills on it. So but that's why you need that follow-up. Look at all the the team support on those kills. You got Apollo as well. You're not going to survive that if you get right in the back line there. Orion can turn real quick. Orisa can't if they don't have that cooldown to block it.
Talking about survivability, we're going to have the sound barrier online here for Luki. Anarchy is also building up the Coalescence. It's just charged up. Apollo is going to have their ultimate as well.
Beats early to be aggressive.
Yeah, that certainly helps them out. It's a very aggressive Coalescence, and Jarg also eliminated Apollo and CS Squared. Only one left is Barbecue, and he's quickly taken out. Now this payload is going to get right toward the last point. Now it's just one of them has to touch.
No touches. I predict. Oh, maybe.
No, that gets there.
All right, you get it.
Oh, and crucial, that's a Death Blossom just to clear out the payload. It only picks up one, though. They just hang back and wait for their revenge. Apollo eliminated, and I think that does it. The payload gets to its final point.
The EMP, that was interesting, that chain coming out of the death trap there. No, the EMP again takes out the Omnic Refinery as it is known to do. But that was a really good re-engage there, even though it didn't get them what they wanted.
So one thing that I've also noticed, just in terms of 5v5, is the wins on payload modes, obviously Escort and Hybrid, they feel a lot more decisive. Like with the 6v6, there was so much more opportunity for just these long, drawn-out fights that could go 2-3 minutes because the other team just keeps touching the point and stalling it out for longer. With 5v5, it's a lot more like, we got the payload, we're claiming it now.
Yeah, and because they can very quickly eliminate a team's ability to do something, there's only one tank to deal with, so eliminating the tank eliminates your ability to hold and take space. So if they can get a tank, or if they can diminish the support by 1, and the composition doesn't support it, it's pretty quick to turn it.
It's basically as far away as we can possibly get from goats right now.
Yeah.
Now, gone are the days of 3 tanks. Now there's only 1.
If we see it again, the back end of that bus is swung out a little bit further, which gives you more cover leaving the doors. That is a small adjustment to the positioning of the bus. All right.
Here we see Echo, who is chosen.
Time.
Bastion, who can now actually move. So, yeah, it's going to immediately just use that and open up on the Cyclones. My goodness, taking out Bat. They just go right back toward their door.
Yeah, and you can tell I've been playing it quite a bit because he's got the reload tactics pretty good. Fires that little grenade in there too.
Now has the Gatling gun already again. Has pushed them into theater here. Good job on the trigger discipline, waiting for them to all to move out here. Now it's the paint train again.
Here we go.
Oh,
almost. But
I gotta say,
it's value.
It's a lot more exciting. Actually, has a cooldown.
It is.
Like, how much can I get here before the cooldown is eliminated?
And Paula's even not enough there, but I mean that's gonna honestly that won him the fight. Got the big eliminations early. Hard stagger.
Hard stagger. We all know the. Yep.
That was nice, nicely done there. Good stagger. I mean that's part of the game.
Real fight back by the Tsunamis here. We'll tie this back up 1-1.
Yeah, Dark trying to get in good position there, getting closer to that ult. The ults that are going to come online here, that Rhine Shatter on the Tsunami side, that's going to be really, really nice. And honestly, Cyclones can't really do much about it unless they get some just 1v1 picks.
There goes the Shatter.
And
Brought out.
gets
Looked
one.
like it was really good there. He picks up a double. Echo also eliminating Apollo. Bad is fighting back here, trying to take out this Lucio, but it looks like he just manages to get away. But as far away from, oh, that was some expert planning there, trying to time it out. Didn't quite work out, but he's still running away.
Still chasing. Can he get all the way back?
Oh, look at this. That was all part of the plan.
Yeah, I think so. He was coming around just to try to get that. All right, now can they keep him up? Ooh, fighting.
That's a good barrier there.
Yeah, fighting into the beat is really, really difficult. Allows you to be super aggressive.
Now that Echo picking up a double there. Anarchy also gets one. There's only the Lucio left. Again, he's the only one to survive.
Yeah.
Will he manage to get away? They're chasing after him. They want him this time, and they get it.
They get him, and that's going to create another 15 second. It's going to come under a minute before they get in this fight properly. They're in 2-fight territory here. 1:15 left to go, and the ults are not on their side. Cyclones battling uphill.
And they're both the DPS ults as well. So much damage. Here we go. The new Bastion ult. He's getting it ready. And here we go. 1, 2, 3 with the tactical visor. How are you supposed to escape that?
You don't, unless you, that's team kill. All 5 down.
Almost was technically an ace there if Dark had gotten the last pick.
Yep. But now, still, Barbecue, the closest to having a meaningful ult in this. If you're Lukey, super smart. Hang on to that beat until the last possible second, and then take it.
They could just start out this engagement off right too because they have that Shatter. Look at that flank there from the Bastion. Has to fade away for the Moira to survive. Bastion is going to live to fight another day. Right now, Apollo and Sea Spirit facing a bit of trouble. Riptire thrown out by Barbecue. Where's it going to go? Is it going to get anyone? Not going to get it.
So close. And the turret comes up again. He's going to get that Lucio, and I don't think anybody can touch.
That looks like it's it.
It is. King's Row goes to the Tsunamis.
Which means now overall in the match it's tied 1-1, which brings me to a terrifying realization.
Uh-oh.
You know, when 2 CP, we got to give just a moment here. We got to give a moment to this play here by the Reaper. I thought this Death Blossom wouldn't happen because he got in such a fight with Barbecue, but he managed to win it and then go on to wipe out the other team. That's a win that definitely helps feed your ego.
He deleted the 2 supports there so quickly I didn't even realize they were in the fight until I looked at the kill feed.
Well, the terrifying realization I've come to is with 2 CP, we thought with that gone in Overwatch 2, we thought the possibility of a tie is gone. But with us playing 4 matches and it's tied 1-1, we might be ending with a tie tonight.
It could happen. I really hope that somebody's going to come out on top.
Hopefully, we're going to have to head into the next match, which is going to be Payload. Or Escort, excuse me.
Yep.
Whatever you want to call it, you know. Some people called it Assault, some people called it 2CP. There are multiple. And we're going back to Dorado.
Dorado. Okay. What we saw before here was that if you do a really good first point hold, you can buy yourself a lot of time. Once you let them get out in space, it's much harder to re-engage a moving payload, especially with all of these kind of fallback obstacles that you can hide behind, the cars in the street and so forth. You'll not, I mean, it's not as tall as that van, but those two cars, you know, right on first point, make a big difference in the fight. As we round the corner here, still pretty wide open right here, but little boxes on the side, fire hydrant right there. I think the fire hydrant was already there. The tree allows you a peek, right?
The fire hydrant is no longer there. Literally unplayable.
Unplayable. There we go. But I mean, this is a different looking map in a lot of ways. And the daylight, not my favorite. But they didn't ask me, and therefore I can't be mad. I failed to give my opinion.
I mean, maybe it would look better if they didn't still have the lights on in the festival. I mean, that's
true.
just wasting
That's
electricity.
True. It is. It is. All right. They're holding the high ground here. Oh, and this is a classic start.
Look at that go here. Okay, I think we know why you named your gamer tag after Echo. Opening it up with a triple.
That was pretty impressive. Got in there with that beam and shut him down.
Much better.
Now they're going to be able to do that close hold here.
Repositioning.
Yark is able to heal up. We go over to Echo's point of view. They still haven't exited their spawn. They're trying to think of where they want to go.
Where we want to go exactly right now. Echo really got a lot of charge early. This is great engage. Doing a nice job of flying backwards while still delivering damage. And then drops in. Oh, can you get him? Oh,
there you go.
There we go. He didn't have the you know, the roll anymore, and that was it.
Yeah, I like how well coordinated that was, the wrecking ball with the Echo. He just basically set it all up for the Echo to take them all out.
Now, what's unique about this game now, you may have noticed it or thought of it in this way, but so much of the CC has been removed.
Yes.
Right, from DPS especially. Oh, it can ult at any time. Who would you ult here? Who would you copy?
Who would I copy? Let's see, from the Echo. Well, that's interesting. One thing that is going to be different is the way that the copy works onto tanks if we're talking about
chose Cassidy?
Chose Cassidy. But yeah, it's like tanks are no longer such a priority. Going to use Deadeye. Is it high noon? It doesn't quite look like. Is able to take out the Mac.
Yeah. And then back to Echo form again.
Anyway, what I want to say is the tanks are no longer like almost always the target because the amount of health you get from the Echo has been, from the copy has been changed.
Yeah, it has. And they'll continue to tune these, right? I mean, that's the whole reason to make a video game, so you can keep adjusting it. Now that Cyclone's trying to get in a better position here so that they can get it. But here, again, the close hold philosophy is a really strong one on this map. Because while they've eliminated choke points, they haven't added more exits to the. They just haven't. So you have a natural choke point that occurs right where they come out.
Yep, they're just gonna have to go back to the exit here. Oh, and what a great anti-nade too! It's gonna slam right down to them. It's the plaza of pain as the minefield goes out. But it does look like Tsunami's managed to survive through that. How? To my amazement, yeah, how?
Oh, they get the cleanup here. And they get the staggers.
Okay, that's good.
Yep. But they took all 5 that direction, it looked like, and nobody moved the cart. They could have gotten themselves. Yep. They've taken that 5.
It's gone back to no distance at all. In fact, it's at half a meter and ticking down very slowly.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, and this tactical visor too could be huge.
Yep.
Tsunamis, he has managed to have a good flank angle on them.
Got to wait until that bubble's out, and it is out, and they just nanoed, so you're going to be trying to deal with that monkey up there.
C-Squared taking a whole lot of damage. Bad eliminated, followed by C-Squared. Tactical visor does work out, and now they need to turn this into some payload distance because they desperately need it.
Yeah, I think unless they get a really good fight win, staggered at the door. That's hard. A copy again, 15 seconds left. There may not be another fight. The only thing more sad than not another fight is that the map ends before you can use your ult.
We're gonna see here. Monkey goes in.
Press Q!
Is he gonna use the Q? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even need it.
Dark gets taken out. There goes the copy. Is going to take out the soul. Oh no, this could be disastrous here for Tsunami's tactical visor. The final nail in the coffin for the Tsunamis. Charges it up, and goodbye, Lucio. Let's see you run away from this one using the payload as cover. Gets away from it.
They are still winning this fight.
Are you kidding me? They managed to find a way to make it work out, and that Mercy gets away as well. And just the res onto Dragon.
All right, yeah, and I don't know why they're letting themselves get poked here. You've got one good fight to win this, and you got to be 5 to do it, Cyclones.
The Cyclones tactical visor brought up for bad here. When's he going to use it? He's going to take it out. He runs right into the minefield. Get out of there.
Yeah, that's the right place to put the minefield, but you wanted a little bit more.
He wasn't able to use the tactical visor. The minefield took him out, and that's it.
That is so disappointing. I hate flipping a map while still holding your ult. It's almost worse than a tie.
Almost
It's
worse than a
almost
tie.
worse than a tie.
And like I think you once used the analogy, it's like kissing your sister.
It's like kissing your sister, right? Now I don't have a sister or a brother, but I hear tell. I hear tell that it's like that.
Yeah. But remember, the point is it's worse than that. So.
It's so true.
Okay, so as we can see here, this was a location that they kind of got themselves into a bit of trouble there because of the entrance and exit points. Right now we see Cyclones not going to have too far to go here.
This is interesting. The Echo and Sojourn, DPS, and then, I mean, this is kind of just your straightforward spam comp, but clearly they're doing it like a pharmacy in a sense, an Echo C. Yeah. Or Lukey will support Echo, and Ball will get slams, and Dark will get some killer poke. See if that works for them at all.
All right, here we go. Cyclone's going to start their way out. Will Tsunamis be able to pull off the close hold? They're going to actually kind of stay on the upper ground and a lot of stuff down there. They drop down to where Dragon Shadow is. He gets some cover behind the payload right now. Moves right into Bad here. Finds himself way in the back line.
Yeah, Bad needs to get back on the place where he can get value, right? Oh, chasing the Echo here. They close in on too quick. I believe that was the Ana up there in the corner. Anarchy still getting value the whole time. All right, and they're gonna take space. This is what you got to do. The ball's way up. The Tracer's up. No, sorry, that's Sojourn.
Can move around fast enough sometimes, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, all the DPS got that buff.
Yep. There you go.
There we go.
Just one fight, one win.
Yep. And what I like about that the Tsunamis did is they took the fight where they wanted it. They knew they needed to win a fight on cart, and they needed to win win another fight that wasn't on the cart. So they got up there and got it done.
And this was such a stunning play to start out with this Echo picking up the triple right off the bat.
Yep.
Just made us know why they put Echo in their gamer tag, I'll say again.
And I thought the Beam actually got a couple of them. It only got the last one, so that was impressive.
All right. Now, like I said, we're going to play 4 stages no matter what.
Okay.
And the final one is Control.
Okay.
It's interesting seeing Control
Yeah.
last, but we're going to Legion is what the teleprompter
Let's
says.
go.
So hopefully we can see. Hopefully the teleprompter is right, because I was surprised by Toronto. I thought we were going back to Rome, but we went to Toronto instead. So we will see what happens, but overall in Legion, this is the one opportunity. I do not want to see a draw here.
No. We don't want to draw. No, we don't want to draw.
I mean, I'm sorry to the team that's behind right now. I mean, it's not like we're rooting against you, you know. But we kind of are. No, I'm just kidding.
Draws are not fun. I've been doing this for 5 years, right? As a coach, we played a ton of games, and we have 2 ties in our history out of I want to say 1,300 plus matchups. I'll get you those details in a second. But those 2 ties sting more than any loss.
Because it's kind of like I'm going to do a complete out there analogy, but it's like golfing when you putt and you almost make it, but it just lips out, and you're like, I rather would have missed it head on rather than be teased with it.
Yep, lipping out, or when you just put a little bit too much on it, and it looks like it's going to drop, and it just whoop, and it comes right back at you.
Yeah, it comes right back, and you lose everything.
Come on, Gravity.
I mean, hey, that's why slot machines are well known for almost giving it to you. You line them all up except one, because they know that the feeling of getting so close and not taking it is what sticks with you the most.
That is so true.
So we're going to see if that is what one of these teams feels, because they're in the lead right now, but the other team can tie it up in the final map, which is going to be Control. Let's get into it and find out the conclusion of this match. Cyclones versus Tsunamis. Move on to Legion Tower, which is at daytime now, which leads the ultimate question: is it still considered night market, or are we at day market now?
We'll find out. It's probably just market.
Probably just
market.
That's actually pretty hilarious. The time of day. Oh, it's day. Okay. It's just market.
Well, and there's a really common TCXCX mode on Overwatch 1, which is basically a workshop code. Which brings you to this one during the day, specifically Control Center, and just gives you a lot of 1v1 fights. It's like a ladder of 1v1 fights, and there are a bunch of different locations you can play them. But so we're used to kind of seeing it in the day if you warm up with little TCXCX.
5, 4.
All right, here we go.
2, 1.
Either one team wins outright, or we head on to a tie. We're gonna find out right now. Is that ball is way out toward the side, quickly looking for some sort of flank against the Cyclones. Cyclones are the ones who want to win. Tsunamis want to tie it up. There goes Anarchy getting the first pick. Look at that hack, though, onto the Moira. She finds herself in trouble. Manages to fade away, though, once the hack wears off. Dark is eliminated by VAL, so bail out for the Moira there. Look at that. The spear almost hits the Pharah. The manages just with the normal click to take her out.
Very, very impressive. I like the light cascading through. I mean, they really are doing good work with the engine. They're nice, taking out the telly, so you can't get back in there.
Let's make this geometry work for us in terms of aesthetics.
Yes.
With all the shadows. All right, here we go.
Around, trying to get some
sneaky,
value.
yeah.
Oh,
the sneaky point.
Yeah. And can they spot real quick? It's very difficult, and actually this is a really, really good play by the Tsunamis here.
Yeah.
Because they just don't have a lot that can poke them out. I mean, you're dealing with Hanzo, low rate of fire.
That's exactly what I was thinking. You know, if you want to try to counter a far Junkrat and Hanzo isn't going to do it.
It's not going to do it. Yeah, there's not very much you can do. I mean, you got to have a really, really good performance.
I mean, sure. There's no better feeling as a Junkrat of when you get the geometry perfectly and you hit in midair. But that's not going to happen every time.
Rate of fire is a thing that you really need to think about in these compositions now, because you don't have some of the other things that you did to really get an advantage. And being able to deal damage over time allows you to finish stuff off.
Oh, Jarek had to teleport back. And they're still sticking on the Hanzo and Junkrat here.
But honestly, that you're playing two supports that do not do real well against a Sombra, in that sense that if you take away their ability of mobility, specifically no fade for Moira, that's a really, really big deal. It's a lot easier to confirm kill. Oh, here comes that swinging Orisa.
And you also can't like throw out an emergency orb just to try to push as much ammo or heal yourself. You're just left with your left and right click. Right now, they're going to make some space for themselves. Cyclones manage to retake it, have this Dragon Strike available, but again, another sneaky take by this Wrecking Ball is going to force him to turn around and also try to catch this Sombra out. And right now, the Cyclones are going to build past 70%.
Yeah, they are. They almost flipped it there because they were kind of a little AFK as they get there, but they're starting to drop ults like crazy now, the Cyclones, to hang on to this. Not much on the other side. Luki drops the beat, but nothing from it. Mines, and you will have the Darks here in just a second. EMP can do some damage if you coordinate. Again, no Q is a kill everybody button.
Oh, managed to catch out Darks there, though. Forced him to teleport back.
Yeah.
And that's going to mean he can't EMP. Can they touch? They can. Where's that EMP? How many? It gets 4, but Barbecue with the Riptide is not going to get it. I thought it might be a hero play.
They're in overtime here. You're going to get the res. Apollo. Apollo's Mercy may be respectable. And goes.
You know, the thing that's more impressive, all of them survived through that EMP, which just shows you need the follow.
Is exactly right. You have to follow up. No ult will get you what you need on its own. You need teammates to follow up.
Looks like Cyclones have followed up that initial attack with the final victory here.
Yep.
Going just with advantage. There's still one contesting. Dark is not going to be able to contest. Doesn't look like,
Stall
still struggling.
City, Stall City. Now that's one of those situations where if the box was high enough for occupying the point, if you'd had your sigil, you could have sig-9. Late in the fight, if you can get that ult and you can just lift them off point, it goes down so fast that you get that sig-9 that we talked about earlier. Oh, this is interesting. Look at that. So I like Echo on the Sojourn there. That's going to be cool.
We're going to see a replay here.
Time to clean it up.
Oh.
Very, very good. Even though you go down, still impressive work.
Yeah, that far, I for sure thought that they were going to be able to keep the point for a little longer. Okay, bringing back out the Bastion. We also got the Doomfist entering back in here. This is a interesting route to take.
Oh,
hello there. So we do have a view on the control point right now. There it goes. Here goes the Bastion.
Oh, trying to peek in there, get some health on teammate there. They're doing a nice job of controlling the space up there. They just said, we're going to just take house and kiosk and let's get some picks and then we'll take point. But they're down 2 now, so it did not work for them.
And I've just come to the horrible realization, actually, our overlay was messed up. It's the Cyclones who are actually in the position to tie this up. So
Cyclones, don't do this to us. Don't do this. So we know we've only got 4 maps. You're not going to leave us with a tie, are you?
Well, they just might. They're the first ones to take the point. You also got a little bit of a stagger going on to the Tsunamis as well with Apollo. It's going to be even more time taken away from them. Dark is just kind of waiting out here for the next play. Gets spotted out by the Junkrat, taking a whole lot of damage. Escapes from 27.
Nice job. Nice run in and placement. Sometimes people just automatically hit that E and pop that thing and there's nothing you can do. You're just out in the middle of nowhere and you die anyway. If you can get back somewhere covered, you can do that. Oh.
Fighting back on the point, trying to take out this Lucio, trying to line it up, finally gets it with the mine. But in comes the Wrecking Ball, a slam down. And activates their shields and just rolls away to fight another day, which for Cyclones it still means charge for them. Oh, this is a...
yeah, good luck.
Good luck
for that.
Oh, we managed to catch it! We did it! Right after we taunted him for not being able to do it.
That I can't tell if that's amazing play or just hubris.
Just hubris.
They're taking the fight at the gate
here.
Yeah,
they are.
This is a little early to take a gate fight because if you lose this, you flip hard. They're getting value.
Yeah, a lot. They're past 60 now. Gonna at least get 70 and still has this Rip Tire. Yep. This might be, I think he's looking for a really sneaky Rip Tire here.
I think he is too. And now that it's daylight, you come around those corners, you're a little bit harder to spot, folks. Whoop. No.
Oh, this Junkrat is so full of himself.
Yeah.
This is the ultimate egotistical Junkrat, aiming for the far and hitting it, and then goes for a sneaky tire.
Changes Twitter to #1 Overwatch 2 Junkrat enemy.
And right now, this Dragon Strike, if anyone so much as touches that point, they're going to get that. And it looks like Cyclones. They might be able to end this in a tie. We're into overtime now, and there goes the Moira Apollo. And of course, the Wrecking Ball, the Stall team trying to keep the hopes alive for the Tsunamis. But right now, it's just going to line up the Dragon Strike.
Oh my God.
There's some off the point. Harvest trying to take out the Mercy. There it is.
The beat. The beat saves it, allows them to stay up. You only got
Meteor
the ball
strike solo. Oh, this wrecking ball. So there he goes.
Bye.
There you go.
And that's
it ends in a tie.
Only more disappointing than ending in a tie is not getting to see market. Night market?
Yeah, I know.
Day market?
Day market. Sunrise market.
The market?
The market.
We don't know.
The market at Lijon.
Here comes the Doom. Anarchy, nice job. Play of the match. I like that this is play of the match, not play of the game. That's interesting.
Meteor strike.
Alrighty, that's it for this tonight in Overwatch 2. But you do not want to forget about Esports Tower.
No.
If you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you should join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship.
It's a great organization that we really enjoy our relationship with. Okay, so I ran the numbers as asked.
Yes.
So have played and have been able to participate in 1,354 competitive matches. Those aren't scrims. Those are part of tournaments and leagues and things like that in 5 years. 903 wins, 449 losses, 2 ties.
Okay.
I'd take just about anything over those 2 ties. Both of them in League of Legends. Believe it or not.
Oh my goodness.
Believe it or not.
With as long as those matches can go,
yeah,
I can bet you whoever was casting that match, my condolences. Okay?
Yeah.
You spent that long. I'm sorry I'm laughing so much at their pain, but it's only when you've cast it along and know what casting is. Whenever one of the casters complains about like 30 rounds in Valorant, I'm going to say, hey, but at least it didn't end in a tie.
Yeah.
Well, now the only number that concerns us is the one player of the game. And who is it going to be? I got to give it to the Junkrat.
Yeah, it's probably Barbecue. It could be Echo. Echo had a ton of plays.
Yeah.
Sorry, Apollo, it's not you. If we're paying attention to the earlier matches, which we could have, I can see Diamond Dog had some great 1v1 stuff, and then there was some Moira play on that. I'm a big believer that ragdoll flop onto point, which set up that Diva Bomb, set it all up. But that was the play of the game.
The best death ever.
The best death. The most heroic death was Diamond Dog. Yeah, I mean, it could be any number of those folks.
It's actually going to be
Kirsty. Yeah, for the first match.
Yeah, and I got to say, in terms of someone who was just almost every single engagement starting it off with a pick onto the other team, such a key player in helping the Everest dethrone the Tornadoes.
Very true. And finding angles, finding high ground. There was some great peeking that was happening in there as well. Kirsty doing a nice job just closing that out. Whoop, and let's all go this way.
Well, the player of the game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. Kirsty, do you know how to pronounce it?
We're just saying Kirsty.
Kirsty is your ICCU player of the game, and I don't think that we inadvertently get to see your heroic Moira flop there, but it was pretty close. It lined up, so
it was pretty close.
That's one for the ages. So, as we prepare to close out tonight, do you have any final big takeaways, Doc?
Big takeaways is that usually K and J together is the ch sound, especially in kind of Norse Norwegian kind of names. Kjell is a very common name. That's a big takeaway, but we can't trust gamers usually to be really thoughtful about derivations. So the other big one is that there's some really talented players in this. They're getting a huge jump on it. The games in the second half were fun, but the games in the first half were really well organized and coordinated. We saw some compositions that we see in OWL, and that's cool. So those are my big takeaways, just mixed up there in some kind of stew.
Well, congratulations to all of our teams on a very exciting Week 5 Spring Overwatch Rumble. The Everest finally took down the Tornadoes and won the Week 5 Grand Finals. The first Overwatch 2 Rumble. Massive success, and it should be interesting to see how these teams adapt going forward. Make sure to join us next week for more Overwatch 2 action Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. But we'll close out with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Thanks for watching us. We hope you have a good night and enjoy your top 5 plays. Just going to start out with the flame strike right around the bend, and a coalescence from Anarchy starts it off, getting rid of Barbecue. Also going to pick up a double against CS Squared, and now this Moira is just running for survival. Dragon has also built up the shadow, but doesn't need to use it. It's going to pin Apollo, and that is another fight won for the Tsunamis in the festival. I mean, that's
true.
Just wasting electricity.
It is. All right. They're holding the high ground here. Oh, and this is a classic start.
Look at Echo here. Okay, I think we know why you named your gamer tag after Echo, opening it up with a triple.
That was pretty impressive. You
To take this back against the Cyclone, trying to focus down the Moira here, who's trying to fade away, but isn't able to get away. Who is getting the tap here onto the point?
TW1 looking past it, scratching his hip,
Oh,
saying,
wow,
it's time
what
to
a
go.
close play by Apollo. You called it out, Doc. He gets a double, and Mike.
No touches. I predict. Oh,
No, back gets there.
All right, you did it.
Oh,
stuff.
and crucial, that's a death blossom just to clear out the payload. It only picks up one, though. They just hang back and wait for their revenge. Apollo eliminated, and I think that does it. The payload gets to its final point. Now they're moving closer toward the checkpoint. That's going to be huge for them. Has to turn around, shine his thumb, already getting rid of Kifa there. Again with the Moira on Moira. And that's a huge shatter. And look at the follow-up with the environmental. What a play!
You're kidding me. Oh, my goodness.